What's up, everybody? Oh, there's nobody watching. ah, uh, just wanted to do a little post side quest stream. See, what everybody's up to. It's a busy week. Been a busy couple weeks, and now side quest is over. I have a day to relax and take a load off before I head out to VidCon. So I thought I'd touch base with my fans, especially since I couldn't really talk to you guys as intimately on SideQuest because that's more of a show. This is more of a video vlog. So, yeah, just kind of for my dedicated fans, the ones that are that actually watch the out of character live streams, I kind of wanted to see what you guys got to say about it. How'd we do? Now, don't get me wrong. I know there were some technical difficulties. I had to restart the stream altogether. Apparently, if you don't input anything for a while, YouTube will actually cancel the stream key for an event. So I had to start all over again and get a new stream key because it said it was invalid. Like OBS was telling me it was invalid, even when I copied it and pasted it multiple times because I thought maybe I was missing a letter or something. But no, because once I started a new one, it worked fine. But it didn't like me just hanging out for 4 hours before stream time with the same stream key without any kind of data streaming to it or something. I don't know. According to Beardy, Google was having problems yesterday anyway. But, and then I had some audio issues. I have no idea why I was quieter than everybody else. I don't know what it is, but when you're running OBS, if you're the one running OBS, your microphone is quieter. Even if you have the volume maxed all the way, even if you have the volume settings on your computer maxed all the way, and when you look at your sound bar, it's in the fucking red. Like when I talk as Magog, it goes into the red. That's supposed to mean an audio spike, and I still had everybody else louder than me, you know? So I'm figuring that out. But outside of that stuff that I already know about, how did we do last night? So, hey, dude asks why it was on the main channel and not this one. Mostly to get people knowing that it was back. I mean, there's a lot of people who watch SideQuest back when it was on my main channel, back when I did it with Vampy and Beardy, and it was always on the main channel. I moved it to a live stream channel because people got tired of seeing more live streams than I was doing content, because I was so heavy into school that I did start doing that. I started doing live streams in character, not just SideQuest, and not doing regular recorded content. So basically, it's kind of just a return to format. I wanted my main audience, the ones that haven't come over here to subscribe, I wanted them to know it exists, you know? So we'll make a decision in the next few episodes are going to be on the main channel. But after that, we'll decide whether or not it's going to be moved to the mainstream channel or to the live stream channel or just stay on the main channel. Let's see. Loved it. Y'all did good. I could hear you just fine, says Casey Beardman. Yeah, but when I played it back, there was definitely a difference between my audio and everybody else's. And it might not have been that I wasn't loud enough. It might have been they were too loud. And so it sounded like I was low. Because I swear to God, it was all maxed out on my end. I was going into the red when I talked. You know, so I don't know. We're going to try to balance the audio a little better for next time. Yeah, I'm coming to California. I heard you fine. I could hear you just fine. Yep, great work. Thanks, Bitching Witch. Love the new side quest. Thank you. It seemed more like you leaned back and got comfortable. Maybe you were further from the mic at that point. Not really. I mean, that mic was right there, even when I'm sitting back. I mean, like not even an arm's length, you know? And with the gain up on it, this Blue Yeti should pick me up just fine. I don't have to be giving it a blowjob, you know? Serious with Days Off says, LOL, I was right about Weibo being on it. When you showed us the overlays on OBS, I saw it said Weibo 4 on the bottom, but I just didn't say anything. Some of you guessed right, I see. Incandescent 01 drops a sign. Wasn't it too harsh for ye, was I? Also, I did manage to clean up the engineering section from all the white goop. I was actually entertained last night. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, when things are in character, man. Hey, Beardy, if you want to hop on and talk about SideQuest, I'm just doing kind of a post-SideQuest talk, seeing how the fans liked it, you know, just chilling out. It's my day off, man. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing laundry and packing and all that stuff, getting ready for VidCon. So today I thought I'd just reach out and say hi to everybody and out of character and on the live stream channel and say what's up, you know. Desmarie's in the chat. Hey, Magog. Hey, chat. Everybody say hi to Desmarie. She's all the way in Australia and has a terrible job or something. You know, there's obviously something wrong with her if she's hanging around me. New effects. Yeah, thanks. I worked all week on the special attack moves and the intro. Beardy says, yeah, I can jump in for a little bit. All right, I'll throw you the link. Just kind of talking, you know. Like I said, this isn't a serious thing. You know, if you guys don't want to hang around and watch me and Beardy talk about the show last night, then, you know, like, I'm not trying to pressure anybody into, like, this isn't some super serious hangout. Like, this is just, I really just wanted to reach out and, you know, hang out with somebody. You know, I am excited. Like, I was pumped up last night. Incandescent 01 says, not engineering, engineering. You need to give yourself a golf clap for that one. Congratulations. We'll get the master of puns in here and see what he has to say about that one. The Beardbarian. Paste hangout link. There we go. There it is. All right. Hi, Bearing ass rape you yet? No. Last I checked, I blew his head up and his channel got canceled. I did not mean for that to happen. I haven't apologized for him about that. That was my bad. She's been bitching ever since yesterday about no wrench on the other channel. Oh, is that what it is? Is that why she's angry? Sorry, yeah, I haven't streamed in so long on the main channel that I can't remember the last wrenches I handed out, you know?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Plus, I don't think we need as many moderators over there. Well, actually, we might need more moderators over there because there's a bigger audience.
We'll see, I guess. I mean, it was all right, and I think everybody that's, like, I've always got the chat up, and I'm always paying attention to it.
Right.
But, you know, one or two more might be useful. It wasn't too bad. It definitely looked like there were no mods present because I wasn't smashing shit into the chat.
Right. No, I remember handing out a lot of wrenches back when I streamed only on my main channel, but it has been a while. I still want my Pixie Snorts, says Second Fleet Actual. You have live chat on, Magog? What do you mean?
Like, as opposed to top chat.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting that stupid shit. My bad. What's weird is when I'm watching other people's streams, I remember to do it. But when I'm got Hangouts in front of me and all that stuff, it's...
Yeah, you just click the chat, it's up, whatever, keep going.
Yeah, and I just start talking and I forget. Now it's switched over. Oh, bads. Yeah, I hate that YouTube did that shit.
I'm good, I've recovered.
Yeah. Turn up your guest levels about 30%. Oh, you're low, Beardy.
Oh.
You're saying you're low. Here, let me turn you up on the little hangouts. There. Now talk.
Titties. Ass,
Yeah,
and titties.
they're much better now. Yeah,
okay.
there we go. Yeah, so
Woo.
so yeah,
That show was fucking awesome.
How are you feeling now that you've slept?
I'm still pretty groggy, but mostly because I stayed up until 2 in the morning watching the dump. But aside from that, I'm good. I'm good. That show was excellent. I'm so fucking happy we're back on it again. Holy shit.
Yeah. It was a bigger turnout too than I expected.
Yeah, same here, by far.
Like we beat out some of the Monday night streams on other channels by 100 people watching live, and then it's already like past 2,000K, 2,000 views on after upload, So, and that's pretty impressive for a live stream. All kinds of great comments too from people that, once again, didn't realize that the live stream channel exists. They didn't even realize that Magog streams. So there was a bunch of people in that chat going, "What the fuck is this?" Because I forget too, we ended SideQuest. Vamp moved on to the Kumite, and we took a break because of the holidays.
Yeah, and then
I got the bearing bump and gained like 6,000 new people.
Oh yeah.
And then like those 6,000 new people never even knew that I've streamed before because I took all the side quests off the main channel and uploaded them as a backlog, a re-upload to the live stream channel. So all the old episodes of side quests are on this channel. And so there was a lot of people that came over from Bering, from the bump I got from Bering, that are like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Nuclear Monkey 19 says, "Just finished watching the stream and it's fucking amazing." Thanks,
Nuclear Monkey.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Oh, cigarette.
Yeah, I just got back. I've actually been up for a while now, but I just got back. I went and picked up some new clothes and some new shoes and some essentials for the trip.
Oh, so you got the pimp outfit?
No. I'm already wearing one hot outfit when I go.
Every outfit you're wearing is hot, baby. Ooh.
But I'm still kind of sleepy and, Incandescent 01 says, "I know must drive really far and really fast. Still listening, though. Keep your dick in a vice and ask Beard Daddy about the engine nerding joke." He said instead of engineering, it's engine nerding.
I thought that was an awesome pun.
I told him I'd ask the king of puns.
I like it.
Nuclear Monkey says, "Hi, Magog. I'm Matthew Alberry from your Patreon." Oh, welcome. Welcome, patron. Yeah, see, I didn't recognize the Nuclear Monkey thing, but I definitely recognize your name because I just hand typed out all of the patron credits for yesterday's show, so all the names are pretty fresh in my mind. Yeah. Have a wrench, Matthew, aka Nuclear Monkey. Nicholas says the thief was great. Pixie just needs to get a little better with the reading flow. She made it obvious she was reading too much. That's because she wears glasses and she doesn't have contacts. And I talked to her about that because she was like, glasses kind of break the immersion because we're supposed to be these medieval characters. But I'm thinking she needs to put her glasses on. Yeah. I think people can get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
me too.
Because she was all like, "Here's a story from," and bless her heart for trying. But I thought she would have prescription contacts in or something. When she told us she wouldn't be wearing her glasses, I thought she'd have contacts in.
Yeah, something else.
That was wrong. She was blind. She was more blind than me, and I had whiteout contact lenses in. So that probably will be fixed by next time. I'm going to tell her to just wear her damn glasses. And
Little Stoner Elf says, "Pixie, a little drunk or high?" We didn't ask.
Probably
she does her thing.
She definitely had some wine. She wanted to loosen up. Don't get me wrong. Everybody was kind of nervous last night.
Oh yeah. That's totally normal.
It was. We've been waiting a long time for this. We've been preparing. I've been working my ass off on the overlays and the health bars and the animations and the new intro and the music. we wanted it to go good. And in my opinion, outside of a few little glitches and things like that, I think we had one hell of a comeback show. I think it went pretty good. I could have had some better stories for the grind, but I kind of also ran out of time. I was going to spend the last hour before the show just hanging out with you guys, getting prepped and looking for some more stories, but we ran into those glitches.
Yeah. Google gave us that little ball tap. Little ball tap.
Yeah,
Little ball tap.
they really wanted to fuck me around right at the last minute. Like, I was getting bad stream health. And then I figured it out. Like, I thought by keeping OBS and Hangouts on my main computer and on my laptop, actually pulling up the Creator Studio and hitting start and stop stream there, that it would alleviate the stress off of my main computer. And all I'd have to do is have the start and stop button right there in front of me on my laptop. Turns out when you do that, it doesn't like it.
Nope.
It was telling me that I had bad stream health. It wasn't receiving a signal, all this and that. But the moment I came back over here, shrunk OBS a little bit and put YouTube off to the side, I had good stream health that entire time.
It's just all the little things it wants to.
Yeah, it was all the little production stuff. Yeah. Take a level to your artworks hanging on the wall. What are you talking about?
It's just the angle. It's just the angle.
That's the angle of my camera.
Yeah.
My camera's like duct taped to a crappy tripod, this Logitech, because this is just for me to, BS stream. I'm not going to set up my nice, awesome cameras. No, all that's pretty level. Yeah. And even if it wasn't, I wouldn't want to make it level. It's supposed to look like a wizard tower with just shit thrown up on the walls,
Ramshackled. Ramshackled.
So, Rum Mug the Orcs in the chat. Greetings, everyone. And
Hey,
Trippy's in the chat, too. He changed his name after he hit 100 subs. Congrats on 100 subs.
Fuck yeah. Charles was saying that he loved the story. I'm going to give folks this one-time awesome peek because I feel like it and it's fun. That story was actually about a true period in human history. If you look up the Fulda witch trials in Germany, you'll see, you'll find that woman. You'll figure out what her name actually was. You can read all about Balthazar. They're actual historical events and cool moments in time. They're still fun stories, but they're based in history. They're based on true events.
Yeah, Beardy was there.
Yep. Been around a long time. Just happened to be there at the time. Definitely single-handedly led to the largest execution of women in Germany's history. But, fuck alimony.
Yeah. Yeah, Trippy didn't think I saw that message yesterday, but I did.
Bum, bum, bum.
I just couldn't congratulate him on the show last night because we were flowing, It was hard. Hard to get in a word in edgewise sometimes, too, with all the yelling, and I was definitely a lower audio setting. I don't know what happened there. But Stuart Meatball says, it's my first stream, Magog. Welcome.
Stuart.
Yes, welcome.
I think, were you on studio mode yesterday as well?
Nope. I never go. Studio mode is glitchy as fuck. No, I don't use studio mode. It's set at its regular, just one screen with the hotkeys. No, all that was working. The glitches were from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And my audio. I don't know what happened with it. Now, I did go into audio after the show out of curiosity. And the recording level was down to like 46.
Ah.
And I was like, does that affect?
Yes, it does.
Output to live streams? I thought that was just for recording.
That's every sound that goes through your microphone. Every single sound.
That
turn it back up every
might have been the problem because I cranked that thing up to 100 before the show. But the problem is, before the show, I also did some audio work, and I pulled up Audacity and lowered the audio to record. I think Audacity actually lowers it on your computer.
It does. It's fucked me up so many times until I figured it out. You have to put it back to full on Audacity before you close Audacity.
I just figured that out.
Yeah.
So I think next Monday I'll be good and loud because I think that's what happened because I recorded some Poe lines and added them to the death clocks. Mm-hmm. So once it hits 0 after 2 minutes, Poe goes, "Now walk it off. You're only dead." And I thought it was just funny instead of just having a sound effect. I'd have Poe talking.
Hmm.
And I did not crank it back to 100 in Audacity.
Yeah.
So even though I was like redline, the audio was redlining in OBS, it obviously was redlining because I was also connected to you guys
Yeah.
and stuff. So I think that was the problem.
Charles, it's Murga Bean. Really weird name. That's why there's no way that somebody's going to remember it without having read it really recently.
John Sislowski says YouTube is running updates to their clusters at the moment, so shit will be weird for at least 3 days.
Yeah.
Why would they do that right before VidCon? They know people will be streaming hardcore during VidCon.
Well, yeah, that's why they're doing it leading up to.
Next 3 days, well, VidCon starts tomorrow, bro.
Oh shit.
I'm going on Thursday, but VidCon starts tomorrow.
Ah, I thought it was the weekend.
No, it's Wednesday through Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Well then.
Yeah, it's I'm
We
going
are
up there
closing
Thursday.
down all media support within the inside of the building. This is not leading up to a giant attack. There will not be fireballs raining from the sky, destruction and mayhem everywhere. They are certainly not silencing all broadcasts for when Magog comes to play.
Yep. They knew I was coming. That's what it is.
Yeah,
That
they don't want
confused
any
me when
evidence.
I heard Poe and didn't see you turn your head to make a voice. Says serious days on. Yeah. No, that was some audio files. There's also, if people listen real hard to my special attack, Magog comes on stream and he's like, or when I hit the button, Magog's picture comes up and it says Necromantic Chaos. And you hear Magog go, rise from the netherworld's demons. And then he goes, oh shit, it's demons. I didn't think it was going to work. Run, run. And in the background, if you listen real carefully, you hear Poe go, oh God, run. They're so angry, you know?
Fucking demons. Demons!
Yeah, I just my only issue with everything is that it went so well that I hope that people don't get bored of it, because now it's like if they get used to it and it's the same old lines and it's the same old, attack screens that come up and stuff, then it'll get boring. So I'm thinking after like every like 5 or 6 shows, we should build new visuals for the special attacks and have new sound
like new
recordings.
pictures and just
Yeah, right.
Same name, new visuals. Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
right. New visuals and new sound recordings, so it changes it up a little bit now and again.
Yeah, because that really doesn't require a hell of a lot of effort as far
No,
as
now that
getting
it's
everyone to do it.
yeah, now that it's kind of built, all I got to do is get a new picture, put it behind the lettering, and then add a new sound file to it. So it'd probably take about an hour per special attack. So I'd have to do it like on a Saturday. If everybody got the stuff to me during the week, I could do it on a Saturday and and have it ready for Monday. Everybody's saying they really enjoyed it. The special moves did get talked over a bit, but I like what I heard, and the graphics were cool. Yeah, that's the downside. See, my co-hosts can't hear.
I have no idea when it's being triggered.
So, like, there are some things we have to work out, like when
some visual cues.
Yeah, like some sort of visual cue or something to let everybody know that I'm playing the special attack. Or, you know what I'll probably do next time? My space bar mutes us.
Yeah, if you hit the space bar and go, we're muted just a sec, and
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll hit the space bar and then hit the special attack. It'll play for the audience. So even if you guys are talking, I can go, hey, we're muted right now. The special attack's play. And I think that's what we'll do that's on me. I didn't think about that until like after the show.
Well, it's adjustments.
Yeah, it's little things. But overall, I feel like the show has a much better format now. It's tighter. It's more organized. And it's funny. It seemed like we all worked well together, even though we were all kind of nervous for the first show.
Yeah, that's why I broke into the mead.
Yep.
Oh.
And it's so great to be able to like say the fucking co-host names now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no more secrecy. I got to
yeah,
put their names on the side quest fucking Twitter, which reminds me, there it is in the chat, people. Be sure to go ahead and follow side quest on Twitter.
right. There is a side quest Twitter, and I'm sure you don't need really any kind of at to find it. I mean, if you go up to the search bar on Twitter and start typing in side quest, you'll find it.
Yeah, side quest LS.
Yeah, but it's
in the
side quest
chat.
LS. So, which is short for live stream, side quest live stream. So, to give low latency alerts to your offsite people. A broadcaster sequencer. Yeah, I don't know anything about all that.
Yeah, me neither.
Casey Beerman says it needs more cowbell, but everything needs more cowbell.
There's also the actual like bell, which I need a thing to hit with. Brass bell on the side there. There's a tin whistle. I've got a cedar flute. I've got a ukulele. I'm just gonna keep on getting more small instruments in here. Eventually, I'll be able to bring in a full metal band, and they'll be able to perform a song with my set, and that's really the goal. I'm not even joking. I'm serious about that. I want a metal band to play me a song on my set.
Nicholas says special attack for Beardbarian where he pisses blood on screen. Okay.
That's not an attack. That's the aftermath of being hit in the kidneys too many times. Do you have an ass flute? No, I don't.
Ranger says, I can't help but wonder, are there thief guilds in Morskar? I kept waiting for Weibo to take vengeance for Poe. Yeah, I try not to copy Skyrim too much. There's plenty of thieves in the world of Votham, mostly in the Brine, because that's where all the merchant cities are, but and I'm sure there are thief guilds too, but there's no telling whether or not Weibo's thief character has even ever met Poe when he was a thief. I mean, there's so many of them, and they're from all over, who knows?
Like fleas. So many fleas.
But yeah, I think it went really great.
Me too.
I just just kind of wanted to hang out and talk, like I'm still a little amped up. I did not sleep very well last night, but that's because of other reasons. Mostly my fucking mattress is crap. I gotta get rid of that.
You gotta stop fucking so many bitches on that mattress. You are breaking every bed that you get your hands on. You gotta slow down. I know you've got the pelvis of ultimate power, but dude, reel it the fuck in.
Mm-hmm.
You can't keep breaking bitches like this. There's none left for anybody else.
Tell me about it. What am I gonna do?
Anal.
Someone says Beardy doesn't fart, or he does it in public, and smoking will kill you. Yeah, that's why I plan on quitting after VidCon, after my birthday. VidCon is literally like 5 days before my birthday, so I'm considering VidCon my birthday party.
Fair.
You are so good at world building. I wonder things like that because I can see you planting small seeds that pay off later. Yeah, some of it is. Like there is kind of a backstory that I alluded to multiple times yesterday. That the fairy character left me to die multiple times. There is a backstory there, Happy birthday, says Buzz of the Hive. Thanks, Buzz. Appreciate it, man. So anyway, now that there's been a good evening, because we were all pretty amped up after the show went off air.
Oh yeah.
Has there anything come to mind? Anything that we got to work on, or any concerns you have?
We clearly need to find a way to get more popcorn and alcohol and tits, and possibly some blood sports, like not the banter kind. I mean, like we need gladiator fights. We need topless women with cards walking across the stadium. No, I can't think of shit. I had a lot.
All of that is actually a really good idea. I'm gonna start green screening some sexy women that come on screen now and again and just dance.
Well, if I've got Not this. I don't have my cultists, the female cultist this weekend. But when I bring in my female cultists for the next film shoot, I'll see if I can get one of them in their Nymphos cultist outfits to
Right.
walk by with signs and stuff.
Nuclear Monkey, aka Matthew, patron, one of my dearest Magogonites. Would you ever write a Magog and Morskar book? Possibly in the future. But right now, I'm more concerned with writing scripts for the big main show. That'll happen once Nightshade Village is built. Speaking of, the GoFundMe link is still in the chat, or it's still in the description of these videos in case anybody wants to donate there instead of super chatting. I'd really appreciate it. Kind of help build the world. I'm going to close that GoFundMe out when I get back from VidCon, probably after my birthday in July. I'll close it out because it doesn't look like it's growing much more. And but I did want to see what comes of VidCon. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
I might get a sub boost and people discover me and then they like what I'm trying to do and maybe get a few more donations before I close it out. But the money I've raised so far is very close to the 5,000 goal I set, and I'm incredibly happy with what I was able to raise, and it was absolutely amazing. We got our guy Paul, who's got all the equipment and everything. He's going up to the land while I'm away at VidCon or the week after that. One of those, either this week or next week. He's going out to the land to start clearing trees and leveling the land and shit, getting rid of all the underbrush and stuff. So I'll be going up there after VidCon. I'm going to be a lot more relaxed. All the heavy stuff is over with. We're going to get well into getting used to doing side quest every Monday. And I'll be going up there on a regular basis to take pictures and post them on the Patreon, on Twitter and stuff like that. So people can see the progression of the land being developed. So it's an exciting time right now. Like, not only am I going to VidCon, not only have we finally launched SideQuest and gotten the first episode out of the way, we are well into building the studio. You know, so the land will get cleared. My parents are going to West Virginia for my Uncle Kent's memorial service. He's already been cremated, but they're holding off the memorial service until July.
Mm-hmm.
So my parents are going up there after I get back from VidCon. So I'll be house sitting for them, but that's not going to cut into my schedule. I'm going to get back to making regular content and stuff after VidCon.
Mm-hmm.
Is there going to be a different time for SideQuest? Nope. I'm sorry. Monday night seems to be the set time. Right. Angie, aka Stuttering Soliloquy, or Erilyn on our show, the fairy, she works in hotel management. She specifically asked for Monday nights off. They make her work all kinds of crazy hours and stuff because she works for a hotel, and we can't just go and change it on her. You know.
Yeah, it took months to get that lined up for her.
Right, it took months to get that lined up and get her bosses to guarantee her Monday nights off. So that, and I really do kind of like Monday nights. I mean, the only people that stream on Monday nights is Gulf City and a few other people, but they do them, you know, outside of Gulf City, they do their streams a little later than ours. Like Monday, Matt, he streams Monday nights sometimes, but they're usually at like midnight my time, you know.
Yeah, it's because he's out on the West Coast like me,
yeah,
so it's like 10 o'clock, 11 here. Whatever, I'm going to do a thing.
You know, Little Stoner Elf says 10 p.m. would work better viewer-wise. I don't know about that.
10 p.m. Central, I wouldn't be able to stream at that point.
Yeah.
That's too late in the day for being fully awake and delivering great stories and comedy.
And it's not just that. That is way too late for our other co-hosts who live on the East Coast. That's 11 o'clock their time.
Yeah.
So they'd be streaming, because it's a 2-hour show, they'd be streaming from 11 to 1 in the morning. And then they both have like jobs and school and stuff. They'd have to pretty much, I mean, it's just too exhausting. We're definitely shooting for that prime time, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern area, you know? So, and viewer wise, I mean, if people can't make it at that time, there's nothing I can do about it. There's no way to have a perfect time for everybody in the world, because time zones exist. Some people are just going to have to watch the stream after it's over. if they really love the show. You know, that's like, Nuclear Monkey says it's in England here, it's at 1 a.m. Yeah, unfortunately, I wish it wasn't. I really do, but it's just is what it is,
We'll have more flexibility with time options for Tavern Talks, and maybe we can do that one earlier to try and
Yeah,
open things up. But
yeah.
SideQuest is kind of where it's at.
Right. And Tavern Talks will probably have a flexible schedule anyway.
Yeah.
Like we'll pick a day, but not a time. So that, like, because Tavern Talks is about getting guests on.
Yeah, and we need to be flexible for those
And
guests.
we need to be able to be like, okay, somebody's in Australia that wants to come on. So we're going to have to do Tavern Talks at like fucking 10 o'clock at night. So it's the morning there, like the next day or something like that. We're going to have to like time things differently. Like England is 6 hours ahead of me here in Central Time. So if we have an English guest, it'd be much better to do our Tavern Talks at like 1 p.m. here. So that it's the evening there in England, and that's just the way it is, man. That's just, I wish,
shenanigans.
Unfortunately, when it comes to live shows, that's just the only
if
thing.
Only the Earth were flat so we could share a single time.
Right? If only. If only.
I've got to get Jet in here. I'm going to be the missus has got some errands to do, and I wanted to have a chat with her before she gets going. But it's good to catch up with you after the show. That was a lot.
Yeah,
of fun.
I'm probably gonna. I've only been streaming for 30 minutes, man. So if you want to hop back on, you can.
If you're still going by the time I'm done, absolutely.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll probably stream for at least another hour.
All right, sounds good.
So
well, for now,
pop back on if you want. We'll see you later.
Cheers.
All right, man. Beard burying, everybody. Beard burying. I'll pop out this chat. Let me do the pop out chat thing so I can switch to just Google Hangouts and have the chat up. There we go. So anyway, what is it? It says Medicare got you last night. What are you talking about? Was Medicare live last night as well? Yeah, Desmarie says, I was just curious because of the clash time with Gulf City. Figured Monday was the set day. I'm happy to watch SideQuest instead of GC. Some people are, because like, here's the thing with Gulf City. They started streaming, when they started live streaming, it was only on Saturday nights. And then they started to grow, their audience is growing, and they started to do more and more streams. We quit SideQuest for a while because Vamp moved to the Kumite and doing her own gaming streams and stuff. She just wanted to go a different way with her own character, her own show, and that was fine. And it was the holidays anyway, and my nephew had cancer, and I was going through all kinds of, family stuff and school. So it was really hard for me to do live streams, so we put it off. But SideQuest has always been on Monday at that time slot. We just took a break. Now Gulf City streams almost every fucking night. So there's no way for us to work around Gulf City. We had Monday night slated and we stayed with it. We may not have been streaming for the past 6 months, but I think waiting that long helped us build a much better show. We got great co-hosts lined up. We got the overlays and stuff were a lot better. The intro was a lot better. I was able to take the time to work on every little detail, and it made for a better show. Gulf City is just going to have to live with the fact that Monday night SideQuest is on. If they want to move theirs to later, they can, but we're not moving ours. We just can't. It's not possible for all of us because we're all in so many different time zones. Like Beardy's on Pacific time. Weibo and Angie are on Eastern time, and I'm on Central time. And it's just the way it is. At that point, it is just what it is. So I'm not going to ask them to move their show. It's up to them. But there's just no way on YouTube now with how popular streaming has become. There's absolutely no way to schedule a show that doesn't overlap with some live stream out there somewhere. So you just got to pick what you'd rather watch and go for it. Chain Reaction says, Stuttering's emo crap doesn't fit SideQuest. We want Vamp. Keep the goddess the thief, though. keep that goddess the thief, though. Yeah, I'm sorry, Vamp's not coming back. And there was no fight or anything. We're all still friends. She just wanted to do something different. And she didn't want to be a character from my world. And Stuttering Soliloquy, Angie, she did great. She just, like everybody else, she's going to have to find her stride. When Vamp first started, she barely said anything. I had to give her the job of reading super chats just so she'd be on screen now and again. Like, she was so shy. It happens, but we like Angie, and we feel like she'll find her groove, and it'll be great, So, we're not going to have that's the other thing too. We're trying to do a specific type of show, and we're going to do our best to bring entertainment to you, but we're also not going to let our audience dictate the show too much, because it's impossible to please everybody. So we're just going to do what we do. And, Zell says, who's the stuttering emo? That would be Stuttering Soliloquy. She's fun. She does more vlog stuff, talks about, like mental health and stuff like that. But we've been friends for a long time. She was actually on the live stream with Undoomed and Failure and Marty back in the very beginning when I first started my channel and only had about 36 subscribers. That Failure found me and showed my video to like Undoomed and Angie, Stuttering Soliloquy, and Marty and them on a live stream. And then I was hopping on their live streams and stuff. So I've actually known Angie for a very long time. And she can be very, very entertaining and fun. And she, in my opinion, she kind of juxtaposes the more darker sense of humor of like Magog and Beardy, because she can do the cute, flirty, upbeat type of thing, but still also be kind of goth and, and emo and stuff. So we really felt like she juxtaposed a lot of our, our personalities. I know we shit on each other, but I have to say the cast worked really well. Again, you probably already addressed the audio issues, and chemistry takes time. I think you have a good foundation. Thanks, Zell. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, everybody gives each other shit because that's how we get along. But I consider everybody here friends. You guys have been awesome. So anyway, if anybody, I guess I'll throw it out there. I don't want to have my hangout just crowded up, but if there's maybe one or two of you that'd like to come in and talk for a minute about side quests and instead of just typing in the chat, let me know, and I'll send you the link on Twitters. It'd be nice to hear from a few of the fans who kind of want to maybe come on just for a few minutes or something. Like I said, I don't want it to be like a patron stream today. We're gonna start getting back to those too after VidCon, but so if anybody actually does want to just pop on and ask some questions or tell me in your own words what you thought of the show and what you think worked and what didn't, and I'll do my best to fit a couple of you in. I don't want to embarrass myself by fanboying too hard. Matthew says, please send me the link. Sure. Do I have you on Twitter or on Patreon? I'll go over to Patreon. I think I have you on Patreon. Yeah, there you are. There you go. I sent it to you, personal message on Patreon, Matthew. Hop on. Send Brockus the link, sir. He's one of your biggest fans. I'm sure you know. Yeah, but is Brockus even awake right now? Antifa Hotline's in the chat. What's up, guys? Missed the show because of all the fash I had to bash. I love their gimmick. I didn't watch the entire stream, or I'd jump on. You can still jump on if you want. You watched some of it, didn't you? I know you did because you were in the chat. Sirius says, I would love to come on, but I'm not sure how much I have to say besides awesome show. What's up with Medusa? I'm working things out with Medusa. We didn't have a fight or anything. We just both got busy. She's in school too. She had some problems getting good, strong internet in the new place she was living with her boo and working out a schedule, you know. If I do anything with Medusa, it'll probably be a separate show again. But she's definitely more hardcore into the getting her calendar a little bit better than it was last year and getting that project launched again and stuff. And I'm probably going to help out with that. Do you have any references of the day and night gods, trying to draw out the concept of them, but having a hard time doing so without them? Sorry, man. I do, but it's all buried in notes and in my brain, and it would take forever to kind of describe that. You might have to wait until some of the lore videos come out. Sure, I pop on anytime. Magoo says Trippy. Yeah, cool. I'll send you the link too. Matthew hasn't showed up. I don't know why, but maybe he's getting his stuff set up. Trip. And Trippy can, if you want, you can send that to Brockus and Zell. Hey, Magog, the map of Votham is great. Thanks. Yeah, it took me a while to finally get that locked down. I was having a little trouble because I had the basic design lined out and I knew where the countries were, but I wanted to do the map in a way that was a little felt realistic and not just blotches on the page. So, yeah, I plan on doing a lot of lore videos and stuff building up to the main show, but lore videos are probably not going to happen until I can move to the studio. I just don't have the space to do it properly because I actually want to do original artwork for the lore videos so that when Magog is telling the story, you'll see like these book pages turning and it'll have like these battle scenes and drawings and stuff. And I can't really do that right now because I want to do them in pen. I want to get that actual like grainy look. So a bit of awkwardness and talking over each other, I think that will go away with time, says Nesty. Yeah, like I said, everybody was a little nervous, and that's going to happen anyway because we actually have co-hosts now that are like, all of them are pretty much talkers. Like, I know Angie, the fairy, didn't seem like it because she was a little nervous. I don't think she's ever been on a stream with 400 people watching before. And this was a big thing. We've been building up to this for a while, and she was excited but nervous. I think once she settles into it, you're going to hear a lot more from her. We're all pretty egocentric, so there's going to be some talking over each other no matter what. What's up, Trippy?
Not too much. I just got back from taking bottles to the store.
Bottles?
Yeah. Returning bottles.
For money?
Yeah.
You live in a state that does that?
Yeah, I'm in Michigan, man.
Oh, yeah, they do that in Michigan. Mm-hmm. California, Michigan, and New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where.
Yeah, that's not a thing in any other state. If you look on the bottles, it'll say redeemable for 5 cents, and it'll have a list of states on the bottle. And there's only like 3 or 4 of them. The rest of the country just throws them out because they're glass.
Yeah. I lived in AZ for a while and look at that there. Well, these are plastic. They're like 2-liter bottles.
Oh, I thought you meant glass bottles. No, I was talking glass bottles. No. Plastic bottles, everybody recycles. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really drink beer here. Not in this apartment.
Yeah, they still do glass soda bottles here in Arkansas. We still get that Mexican Coke with real sugar in it. You
Yeah, we
know?
got Pepsi and stuff like that here too, of course.
Yeah. 10 cents each, says Charles Fowler. I thought they were 5
Mhm.
cents.
Well,
Yeah.
10 here. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
But
It
even
bought-
even
yeah.
here, nobody pays us for our plastic. We just throw them in these big tubs and set them out on the street, and the recycling guys come by and get them.
Right.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
we
get
got-
paid for them.
We got a guy that comes over to our apartment building and digs through the dumpster looking for 2-liter bottles.
Damn.
Yeah, I think he actually turns a pretty good profit because
I
we
bet he
have
does.
several of them. Yeah.
I don't buy into all of the recycling gimmick. Like a lot of it was the environmental movement, and a lot of that got hijacked by ideology.
Hmm.
Like I said, I don't buy into all of it. I do buy into some of it, like just not all of it. You know, like I'm an air breather. I actually like taking care of the planet. You know, it's the only one we got. You
Right.
know,
Oxygen's good.
yeah. But I also believe too that the Earth is going to do what it's going to do. It knows how to fix itself, whether it wipes us out in the process or not. You know, like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
like there's been already so much disproven about all that. Like the hole in the ozone. Now they're saying that the hole might have been there for a very long time, and it wasn't actually caused by the Industrial Revolution and the burning of fossil fuels.
Right.
Like because they've witnessed like holes in the ozones of like other planets. It's like
Mhm.
maybe that's just something that fucking happens. You know, like there were more CFCs, atmosphere destroying CFCs, that were launched in the atmosphere by Mount St. Helen exploding than like the
Mhm.
last year of burning fossil fuels.
Yeah.
Like
I
a
remember.
whole year's worth of toxins in
Yeah.
a natural event was launched into the atmosphere. You know, think about the fucking volcano in Hawaii right now. That is pumping a lot of shit into our atmosphere, and it's a natural event. The Earth knows what the fuck it's doing. But at the same time, I believe in clean, forests. I believe in keeping the oceans clean. That's where our oxygen actually comes from. 80% of our oxygen comes from the algae that grows on the surface of the ocean.
Right.
Like we could cut down every tree and it would fuck up our environment, but we wouldn't stop breathing.
Yeah, we would see a difference, but we'd still be able
Yeah,
to keep.
we'd see a massive change. Don't get me wrong. You don't want to lose all the trees in the world, but we wouldn't stop breathing. But at the same time, you know, like when it comes to recycling, a lot of it costs more energy and money than to actually just throw the shit away.
Hmm. And like back in the 90s, they were like, stop using aerosol for your hairspray, but here's some Febreze.
Yep. But I do believe in recycling metals. It's actually cheaper to recycle aluminum and use it again than it is to dig up bauxite and make new aluminum.
Yep.
You know, so I do believe in some of it. Don't get me wrong. What's up, Matthew?
Yo, what's up?
What are you like? Are you like a drug dealer hanging out in the back of a store right now? Like you got like a brick wall
that's
behind
my
you?
wallpaper. You got my
Oh.
TV.
Oh, it's a wallpaper.
Yeah.
Man, you shouldn't have turned your camera. You should have been like, fuck yeah, I'm a crack dealer.
Like hanging out behind the fucking local elementary school, just slinging crack.
Yep.
That's where I get most of my buyers. I mean, you know, parents be tired as fuck. And I'm like, hey, here, smoke some of this. That'll wake you up.
I
Yep.
need to be awake. I need to be awake. I need that.
So you're up in England, huh?
Yeah, it is, and it's coming up 9:20.
Yep. Yeah, you're 6 hours ahead. I got used to that time zone because I lived in England for 5 years. I was stationed there.
Shit.
I was, yeah, I didn't like it. But there were personal reasons I didn't like it. My girlfriends in England were not exactly the nicest. I didn't have much luck with nice ladies in England. I met a lot of bitches.
I didn't have much luck. I've got a bunch of social issues.
But that's what I get for dating an Essex girl.
Oh, see, that's what you want.
Matthew just had that look on his face like, I got you, buddy. I know what you're talking about.
Did either one of you guys play that game called The Getaway back on PS2?
Man, no, I don't think so. I switched to PC Master Race a long time ago, man.
Oh.
I need to.
Well, the whole game was based in Britain.
There are some nice women in England. I had a very nice girlfriend in England, and she was pretty amazing. But she died. So,
Oh, my condolences.
because of goddamn NHS, nobody can tell me the NHS is a good thing. I hate it when people are like, fucking England has free healthcare. Yeah, that free healthcare system killed my girlfriend, so fuck off. Like, she had spinal meningitis, and they wouldn't even do the test. They just kept sending her home, said she had a cold.
It's like last month, I had a small case of appendicitis. I went in the morning, came out in the afternoon. All I got was medicine,
Yep.
and it took them 45 minutes just to give me that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The best doctors in England are still the ones that are private doctors that you pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I know our healthcare system. See, that's the thing too. It's a huge argument, but people are like, we need to fix our healthcare. No, we don't. We have the best healthcare in the world. There are people who come from other countries from around the world to get heart transplants, cancer treatments. We have the best healthcare. What we have in this country is a health insurance problem, not a healthcare problem. Our healthcare is fucking awesome. We have the best doctors, the best medical technology, the best fucking everything. We just have a health insurance problem. That's our fucking problem. Those greedy ass fucking insurance companies, man, where you're like, you fucking 30 years, you never take out a fucking policy, man. Like, you have a policy with them and you never use it. You never even use a deductible. You're never sick. And then after 30 years, you get sick. And after 30 years of paying them bastards, they'll fucking show up and be like, you had plan A, but what you really needed was plan B to cover this thing. It's like, motherfucker, I've had my insurance for 30 fucking years. You're not gonna pay for this shit? You know, like, I ain't used it in 30 fucking years. I've been paying you thousands of dollars. You know, That's the type of shit they pull. They'll show up and be like, you never had plan B. You needed this plan. And it's like, you fucking assholes. You know, like, no, I ain't used my insurance in 30 years. You fucking pay for my shit. You know, like, that's the problem with American health. I've made that argument plenty of times, and I've never had anybody say you're wrong. Because I challenge you to find better hospitals than in America. There are some first world countries, don't get me wrong, in the West that have great hospitals, but they don't have the developing technologies that we have in America. We got shit here that'll blow your fucking mind. You know, they got a little fucking things now that'll fucking go into your fucking veins and go up into your heart and take a look around and shit.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of great shit, man. It's not health care we have a problem with. It's definitely health insurance. Because pharmaceutical companies. Like, that's what's really the problem here. It's not health care. It's something completely, it's bureaucratic fucking insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll stop bitching about that. But yeah, my one of my girlfriends, Tess, she was like an English teacher. She was sweet. She helped me get through Iraq. She kept sending me letters every day, worry about me when I was out on missions. She stayed with me, man. And then I got back and she was dead. Like, yeah, because like she had like flu-like symptoms for like 3 months, and they just kept sending her home with cough medicine. Like, they wouldn't even, like, who has flu symptoms for 3 months? Did it not even dawn on these doctors she might have spinal meningitis? Because that's like the symptom of spinal meningitis is flu-like symptoms, you know?
Yeah, dude. Like I told you before, when I've had to go to the hospital because of the diabetes, they always check for spinal meningitis, or at least they always want to. And I'm like, I'll tell them, like, look, I've been through this before. I know that I'm probably dehydrated and a few other things, you know. And they're like, well, we need to do the spinal tap first before we're going to move on with anything else.
Yeah, at least they fucking test for it here. Like, yeah. Tess, she went in constantly, and they just kept sending her home. But anyway, there are some things I miss about England. I miss sausage rolls.
Oh, yes.
I miss sausage rolls. I really do. Those are fucking great.
Yeah.
I do miss being able to just walk to a pub. Like, there's so many pubs everywhere that, like, where I lived in the village, I could just walk through this alleyway behind my house, and boom, there was the fucking Green King. You know, and then across the street from that was another one, you know, so if I felt like changing it up, I just didn't have to go very far. You know, I kind of miss that. Here in America, everything's so spread out. The nearest bar to me is all the way in the next town if I want to go to an actual bar. Like, if I want to go pick up some liquor, because I live in Arkansas, which is in the South, it's the Bible Belt, most liquor stores are in between counties because counties are most counties are dry counties. You're not allowed to sell liquor at all in the county. So you gotta hit that, like, they gotta build them in between the county lines, so it falls under like state. So I have to drive like all the way down the highway and then take a left down or take a right down a fucking access road and hit the fucking liquor stores in between the counties I live in, because the two counties I live in are fucking dry counties, you know?
Yeah, dude, when I lived in... Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, my local shop literally around the corner, like all sorts of beer. But there actually used to be a pub right next to the school I went to. They fucking closed it down after I started going to that school because they give bastards. I wanted to go there after my lunches.
That's what I do. I do miss the English. Like, don't get me wrong, there were some people that I got into it with politically, but for the most part, I found English people to be amicable and respectful, you know?
I don't see that. Like, I cycle to work, and I get called many names many times a day.
Well, that maybe I just lived in a different area. Of course, I was stationed in Mildenhall, and that was like 40 minutes from Cambridge.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And about 20 minutes from Newmarket.
Okay.
And so it was over in Suffolk.
Okay.
Did you want me to send the link to Zell and Brockus, or just
Yeah,
Brockus?
if you want.
Or...
Yeah, throw them in there.
Okay.
But
No
yeah,
problem.
I kind of miss it. I miss driving in England because I actually thought it was fun, but I hated the cars. Like, my car was a Fiat Seicento. I can't even say it. Seicento. It was like I was like driving a roller skate, you know? Like, it had a .998 liter engine in it. I'm like, you can't even make it a full liter. Like, 1 liter. Like damn thing got a lawnmower engine in it. It was a 3-cylinder engine.
Damn.
Yeah, not even 4. I'm like, y'all couldn't even bump it up to 4.
Was it uncomfortable driving it? I know you're a taller guy.
Because I'm 6'3", 200,
Yeah.
240 pounds, Like, well, I'm 260 now, but back then I was probably 230 pounds in the military, and I'm still, you ever seen The Incredibles when, like, Mr. Incredible's driving his little car, pulls up in the driveway? Yeah. That's what I was. And then, of course, most cars in England are still manual, so I had to learn to shift with my left hand.
Yeah.
I've heard in a few countries that they teach you how to drive in a manual, and I think that's a good idea. You know, so you know how to do it.
Yeah, there are automatics. Yeah, there are automatics in England.
Get the choice.
But here's the thing: manuals are more necessary in Europe.
Mm.
Europe is really tight, and they have a lot more like winding roads and mountain roads where it is actually more necessary to bump it down into a lower gear to get around a mountain or something, like maybe not in England, but definitely Germany. Driving around Germany, I was like, fuck this winding road down a fucking mountain,
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad I had a manual so I could drop her down a little bit if I'm going uphill, get that low gear,
Well, hell yeah. But it's not really like that around, especially
here in America. You get on the highway and you're just like, it's straight for miles, miles and miles and miles. And I miss some of the things though. I miss hanging out in the shop with the English civilians that worked on base, our English drivers. We used to hang out in the shop, watch Top Gear, and fuck bullshit with each other, have some tea. Fuck tea and biscuits.
Back when Top Gear was a show. I mean, was a thing. It was a good thing. Yeah.
I don't miss digestives. I don't miss
shit.
Yeah, right. I don't miss digestives. I remember the first time an English guy was like, "Have a bit of tea, mate." And then he was like, "Have one of these," and he didn't tell me what they were. Man, I was shitting 3 minutes later. I had a cup of tea and a few digestives, and all of a sudden I was in the fucking toilet. I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? I'm getting English food."
Oh shit.
There's a reason they call them digestives.
Yeah.
They're fucking fiber cookies. Biscuit, whatever you want to fucking call them.
Just go in there and tear it up, and you're like, "What the fuck's wrong with that tea?"
We had an English lady here. I guess she married a military guy, and he got stationed here in Little Rock, Arkansas. and Little Rock Air Force Base. And so I guess they retired here, so she lives here, and she opened up a little tea shop that you can go get breakfast. It is the only place in all of Arkansas I can get a proper sausage roll. And I went there like every week at least once because I like supporting small businesses like that. And I kind of miss some of the stuff. And she would order it all from England too. Like she had fucking English candies and stuff like that in the shop, you know. But she had to close her doors. Not enough people were giving her enough business. It was real sad that she had to close her doors. So I haven't had a good sausage roll or anything in like 2 years. Yeah, I'll have to make a trip to England one day. I don't know about it nowadays because of all the shit I've been seeing. Like England's gone to hell. Y'all are locking people up just for saying shit on Instagram. You know, like
as soon as I see stuff like that, I'm just disappointed in my own fucking country.
Yeah, you should move to fucking America, man.
Well, I'm coming over for about 2 weeks next year, so.
Are you?
Yeah.
What for?
Holiday.
Oh, so you're coming to Florida, New York, or California?
Florida.
Yep.
You are gonna get so sunburned.
Probably.
I love how like English people, they're like, I take holiday in America all the time. Where do you go? Florida? That's not America.
This will be my first time.
Yeah. You know what we call Florida here in America? We call it Northern Cuba.
I had a friend over in Australia. She was like, "Oh, I come to America every 2 years."
I swear to God, like most
Same.
English people judge America based on just what they see in Florida because that's the only place they ever go. It's Florida, New York, or California. I've never met an English person who went anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It's always those three. It's like, oh, I went to New York. It was amazing. I love New York, and I'm like, you don't even know what America is.
Yeah, like I was saying, my friend from Australia, I'm like, if you're going to come to Michigan, you'll be the first person from Australia who's trying to charter a fucking flight directly to Michigan.
Yeah,
that'll
like
they do that.
Use the Australian flight people, like the the airliners. He'll walk up, and be like, "Here's my boarding pass, and I'm on a flight." And they, "Oh, you going to the States? Where you going? Florida, Michigan?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that?"
You gotta say Detroit for people to know anything about anywhere near where you're talking about. Oh, I'm going to the state of Detroit.
Send the Englishman to Colorado, says Race Jacobson. Yeah, go under the Rocky Mountains. That's a good time. Like, I thought the Alps were big. Like, seriously.
I just want to explore America. I just want to go all over.
Yeah. I've actually seen more of Europe at this point than my own country. Because when I was over there, I mean, you might as well travel while you're over there, right?
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
So I'd hop a Ryanair flight over to like France for $40 or something, you know, like 40 quid, you know, just pop over and fucking, you know, or I'd get on the Channel, you know, in Dover and go under the ocean. And then you're in France, you're in Calais, you know, and I'd just fucking drive all over Europe, just be like, you know, like I went to Italy. I don't know if you know this or not, but like Jesus Christ, he's big there.
Right?
Yeah. He's very popular in Italy.
Also, the Beatles aren't more popular than Jesus Christ.
I don't know if you guys know that or not, but like Jesus is on billboards, like with like a Coca-Cola symbol, you know, and it's like,
oh shit.
Fucking hell. But yeah, I toured, you know, I've been to Germany, Belgium, you know, France, Italy. I never made it to Greece. I went to Spain once, and then England, Ireland, Wales. Yeah, Spain was a good time, but I was only there for like
Spain
2 days.
France.
Yeah.
I was there for like a couple of weeks when I was really young, so I barely remember it, to be honest.
Yeah, I went to Paris just to see Jim Morrison's grave.
Nice. Yeah.
Singer of the Doors.
Yeah. Dude, I want to do that too. I love the Doors.
Like, people are like, did you go to Paris? Did you go to see the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre? I'm like, that was secondary. I did that just because I was there. I went to see Jim Morrison and pay my respects to the Lizard King.
How could you not go and see his grave? I mean, shit, he still parties so hard they try to throw him out.
Yeah, like they had to build a fence around his headstone because people kept feeding it and leaving bottles of booze and shit. So all the winos in Paris would come to the graveyard and drink all his shit. You know, like somebody actually got in trouble in Paris for leaving a bag of heroin on the grave.
Oh my god!
And it's like they caught him with heroin. He's like, "But it's not mine, it's Jim's." And they're like, "No, we're not falling for that. You're coming with us."
Best excuse ever. What the hell? It's Jim Morrison's heroin, I swear.
Yeah, they did move it, but people found it again.
Yeah.
It's more of a memorial. I know they moved him, but it's more of a memorial. But yeah, they can't stop the Lizard King followers, man. I love the Doors, man. They were a great band. But anyway, yeah, I had fun in Europe, but it was a different time too. Like I was in Europe from 2008 to 2012. And it was a little bit different. Like some of the political stuff was happening, but it wasn't as bad. Now I like look at what's happening in Europe and I'm like, fuck that, I ain't going there. I got a friend of mine who's still stationed over there, and he was like, I went to Paris, and it wasn't like when me and you went to Paris back in 2010, man. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, there's literally like tent cities on every street with like just like immigrants and refugees just living in fucking tents and sleeping on mattresses in the fucking alleyways and shit. Like, he's like, I fucking hated every second of it. Like, there were people couldn't even fucking, you know, like, they just come running up to you and you start yelling at you and fucking Haji, you know? And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Well, when I went to Paris, yeah, like, obviously I went to, like, Eiffel Tower, but they always have loads of people at the bottom just trying to sell you shit.
Yeah.
Pointless crap, always trying to sell you. It's like, my younger sister's 5 years younger than me, and she's quite naive, so she was trying to buy this stuff. I said, no, don't. I did that about 10 times over. She wouldn't understand. She really wouldn't.
No, she's yeah, you got to learn. You got to let her learn, though.
Yeah.
You know, let her buy a Haji DVD and then learn her lesson.
Yeah.
Like one time I bought a pirated DVD from a guy in Iraq. You know, he's like, "You number one GI, you buy DVDs." You know, and they're all these pirated, burned onto discs movies. You know, and I bought Pulp Fiction. And I guess when he downloaded it and watched it, he thought it was messed up. So he cut it up and tried to fix it. He didn't realize that Pulp Fiction was purposely cut the way it was by Tarantino, you know? So he actually, like, mixed the movie up.
Did he do a good job, at least?
No, it actually made less sense.
Wow. Nice. That's
like he had the bit with Bruce Willis, like he had the bit with the Bruce Willis in the right place because that where Bruce Willis comes home, John Travolta's character's in the toilet and he kills him. You know? But he put like the date with John Travolta first with Uma Thurman and then had John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson's parts. You know, like it was all mixed up, dude. It was crazy.
Wow. Give that man an old Beatles movie and see what he does with it.
Tim Tarbuck says, can Matthew turn his mic up? Yeah, you are a little low, man, and I have you cranked fully on the... Yeah.
Who's knocking?
No, you sound about the same, my dude. Are you streaming on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my iPad.
Oh, okay. That's probably why, yeah. Not as much audio range on those things.
You just got to get that rage going, man.
Yeah, gotta get that rage. Start yelling.
Ginger snap.
I go Irish when I yell.
But anyway, I guess that's enough nostalgic talk about my time in England. Jolly old England. I drove lorries, by the way. Like, that's what I did in the military. I drove trucks, drove vans, you know. Mm-hmm. And I fucking hated it. Like, I like driving cars. They were fun, whipping around all those roundabouts and shit. But, man, you know how many mirrors I lost with lorries because how tight those roads are? Yeah, I'd be driving and another lorry be coming and our mirrors would just go pling. Just keep driving. We're so used to it, we don't even stop.
Yeah, I offload lorries all the time. Like, I work in a warehouse where I'm on the forklift all the time, just offloading lorries and shit like that.
Yep, those things fucking... Your roads are fucking made for horses, not big-ass fucking freight trucks.
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so what's up? You guys wanted to hop on and
Yeah, dude, good job yesterday. That shit was cool.
appreciate it.
I
Yeah.
just finished watching it before you started live streaming. Very good.
Oh, nice.
Funny as fuck.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
trying to do something a little different as far as live streams go. You know, the whole health bar thing and the,
Yeah.
you know, like a real tight production, you know, nice intro and, you know, characters instead of just, you know, bullshitting and stuff. Like there's plenty of live streams out there with people just talking and those are entertaining. We're doing it right now. But
That's what I do.
I'm constantly trying to do new things like with YouTube and stuff, you know, break outside the box a little bit, you know, bring a little bit of a production value and entertainment, you know, in a different way. We even had like a few of the guys that worked for Wizard of the Coast.
Hmm.
Like apparently those guys, some of those guys got turned on to side quest by Beardy.
Cool.
And they're the ones who like invented D&D, you know,
Yeah.
like, and so they're all like, this is fucking cool. And I'm like, oh shit, the D&D guys think we're fucking side quest is cool. I don't know who or what they, you know, because it's Beardy who was talking to him, but I don't know if they were like anybody big in the company or anything. But I thought that was pretty nice, you know. I think the top dogs. I think if anybody deserves the title of, you know, fantasy RPG creator, it's definitely Wizards of the Coast, you know. So it was pretty humbling to hear that they enjoyed the show. I'm glad you guys liked it. I mean, there were definitely some issues we're going to have to work out over time. You know, it was our first time working together too, live, like with the new hosts, you know. But I'm glad everybody liked Weibo and for the most part, you know, like Stuttering Soliloquy, Angie, she's great, man. She just got to loosen up. And like I said earlier on the stream, I think she's got to put her glasses on. She was having trouble reading.
Yeah, dude, like I can't see shit without my glasses either. I know I know the struggle. You know.
You know, I kind of felt bad. Yeah, I kind of felt bad because she was like, "It's not right if we're in a fantasy realm. Fairies shouldn't wear glasses.
They're magical glasses. Damn it."
Yeah, I was like, I think we're just gonna forego that whole thing. You know.
Oh yeah. You know, some people don't like contacts. I definitely don't.
I think people, yeah. I mean, I think people were really surprised at who we got because we kept it a secret.
Mm-hmm.
And when that intro played, and as soon as like Weibo and Angie came on screen, the chat just lit the fuck up. It was funny. The chat was like, "Oh my god, is that Weibo? Oh my god, he got Weibo."
Yeah, dude, I really didn't know who the other two were. I just knew you and Beardy.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a community thing, a tighter community. Like Weibo's got like 8,000 subs, and Stuttering Soliloquy, she's got like 12 or 1,500 or something like that. She hasn't done anything in a while. She took a pretty long break because of work and stuff, but she's back now. And you know, like I said, I've known her since I pretty much started YouTube, so it was nice to kind of get her on board and see what she can bring to the table. And you know, I know that everybody's still trying to find their stride, but at the same time, they are dedicated, way more dedicated than we expected. Like, I wanted people that wanted to be a part of the show, that had the work ethic. Like, you won't believe what these girls have done in preparation of this show. They built little sets. They got costumes.
Mm-hmm.
They filmed like multiple like intro segments for me so I could choose the best one. They took thousands of pictures for me so that I could build like the fucking health bar faces and all that stuff. I mean, they really worked hard. Everybody did. Everybody worked hard.
Oh, Nez T in your chat says if you watch a D&D stream, you'll get why they like it.
I have no doubt. Yeah. I've watched a few D&D streams for a little bit, you know, a couple different people playing and just to see how it goes, because I never really played D&D, never did. But you know, they definitely have fun, you know, and people do enjoy them. They're not really for me 100%. Like, I couldn't sit through a whole one of them. I ain't got that kind of time. But I definitely see the appeal. But if people, like, I even saw a couple messages in the chat, people didn't even know Magog streamed, you know?
Yeah.
And it was on my main channel, so we had some new audience watching, and they were like, "What is this, D&D stream or something, like with Magog?" Like, they didn't even know what it was. And once we started talking, you quickly realize this is not D&D. We're not playing a game. We're doing comedy skits. We're reading fucked up stories, and you know, and trying to hurt each other with insults. That's the whole purpose of the health bars. Like
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it really helps your improv skills when you're like, I want to kill them. I want to hit the button, but I got to make it good. You can't just be like, you're an asshole and then take a health point away. No, it's got to be good. Weibo was on top of it yesterday, boy. She came out the gate with some insults at Beardy, man. She fucking fried him.
Funny.
Yeah.
He was like, I rode that horse out of there. She's like, you rode the horse or the horse rode you? I was like, click. She was on top of it, man. And then, like, Angie, I laughed my ass off when he was talking about how he's like hung up on the dungeon wall and bleeding and pus dripping out of his old wounds and stuff and in pain. And Angie was all like, I can only get so wet.
Yeah, I saw that part too. I saw up to a little bit after Beardy died. And then I had to go set up my shit. And I was like, I don't really want to compete. Then I saw how many other people were streaming. I'm like, I'm going to get like 2 viewers.
Yeah, I really was surprised at the turnout. We even beat Gulf City's live count. And that's saying something because those guys are popular. I love those guys. But yeah, I definitely stole away a few of their audience members. But it was the first episode. I'm sure it'll even out.
Mm-hmm. We got other people too that because I've talked to them, that'll have multiple tabs open and they'll have like 3 or 4 streams playing.
I can't do that, dude. I've tried doing that. It's like all those voices in my head. I have to turn one down and then listen to another one. And then I'm like, okay, they're not talking about anything I'm interested in. So I'll turn that one down, turn up the other one. And I feel like I missed something.
Mm-hmm.
So
like you want to go back, or if you type something in the chat, you're like, well, it's gone. Okay.
Yep. So now I've gotten to the point where if I do watch a live stream, I only watch one at a time. I can't do that multiple voices in my fucking head thing.
I think it was Malevolent Rider was telling me he'll have like 6 tabs open.
Jesus.
Like, how can you possibly know what's happening? And he knows everything.
Yep. Yeah, I hear that, man. Fucking hell. So I don't think I've ever streamed with you before. Have you? You've never hopped on a patron stream, have you, Matthew?
No, this is my first live stream.
Well, welcome to hell.
Yeah, you already got the YouTuber hair, man. You're good,
man. Why aren't you the next Chris Raygun, the British Chris Raygun? That's what you should be.
Yeah.
So you don't have a channel or anything. You're just a watcher.
I have a channel, but see, I haven't uploaded anything to it.
Oh yeah. So you have a channel in order to watch YouTube, but you don't upload. Okay. Yeah.
Much,
yeah.
Well, hell, I had mine from 2014. I just started like 2 months ago doing streams.
Right. I think, like, on the iPad, it gives you the option to film it like through the iPad, but it's probably bullshit quality.
Yeah, I can hear some like clicking audio and stuff. You definitely need to get a better setup if you plan on streaming more often. It's okay for now because you're just popping in and visiting, and I'm fine with that. It's just a BS.
I saw the opportunity, so I thought I'd try to take it.
Fuck yeah, man! Welcome. Glad to have you. And thanks for being a patron, man. Appreciate it.
That's cool. I've been a patron for quite a while now. So I started off with £1 or $1. Then I got up to 10.
Nice.
I started talking about the.
Did you finally get that autograph picture?
No, not yet.
Really? Fucking hell, man. I'll get on Scribe about that because, like, I know he sent them out. So either it got lost in post or.
Every time I walk in from getting home from work, I'm having a look if I've got any mail.
Yeah, we'll try to get. Maybe we need to insure it this time. I'll make sure one gets out to you, and I'll put insurance on it so that it doesn't get as easily lost. Because I know they got sent out because I called Scribe and I was like, dude, Matthew just sent me a message and was like, he never got his autographed picture. And Scribe was like, I sent him out. And he's like, let me look on my list. And he has a list of everybody he sent him to. And he's like, yeah, he's on the list. I sent him out. I was like, he didn't get it. Oh, we'll get you one, man. Just you might. I'll look into that as soon as I'm back from VidCon. Maybe I plan. I think I might redo them anyway. I might do bigger pictures this time or something. I don't know. I'll make sure you get something though, man. I really appreciate the support. I hope you stick around, man. Like because we plan on doing a much bigger show soon. You know, I'm sure you've heard of all the updates and everything. I'm building the village and trying to.
So I'm not sure if you saw in the chat, but earlier before I hopped on, I said I get paid soon, so I'll drop some money into the GoFundMe thing.
Well, yeah, if you want, man, but take care of your shit first, man. I know how it is. You work for a paycheck, man. Don't spend all your money on me. You know, I appreciate everything, but you know, I tell people all that. I sometimes will get a super chat and be like, "This is the last of all my money. Take it." And I'm like, "Why would you do that?" It's like, I don't need to eat for 3 days. I don't need to eat. Like, please, like not everybody can be, just giving money all the time, and I understand that. I get that. I'm like that too. Like I'm making just enough to survive, but I'm not quite there yet. Like we'll see how I grow and stuff, and see if I can get up to some other bigger numbers or whatever to be a little more comfortable and have a savings and stuff. But right now, it's all about getting a bigger show out. So
yeah, so I'm quite fortunate because obviously I'm only 18, so I'm still living with my parents. So most of my money either goes into my savings or into like a housekeep rent. So
well, that's good.
I have quite a bit of spare cash. And no problem for me to donate something.
Yep. Nanaka says, "Hey there, Magog. You're a beautiful person. Thank you."
Nice. And that's what that's what her fucking super chat yesterday was supposed to say, but I guess it messed up or something. I saw your tweet earlier, but I was out driving around clothes shopping when I saw it. Sorry, Nanaka, I hadn't answered you yet, but thank you so much. What Desbert says, I'm still waiting for mine, Magog.
Really?
Damn. Yeah.
God damn it! These fucking mailing out goddamn other countries. Like everybody in the U.S. gets theirs. I don't know. Like I've had to deal with 4 or 5 people not getting theirs from other countries. I don't know. I don't get it.
My buddy Vlad is like, ask Magog if he wants to come on your stream. I'm like, I don't want to do that to him while he's trying to say shit.
When do you what stream? What are you talking about?
I do a stream like at like 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. I don't know what time that would be for you.
Where do you live? East Coast, West Coast?
Michigan, so wherever the fuck that is. Like I said, Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, Eastern Time. Okay. Yeah, no, that's an hour ahead of me. So
okay.
Central Time is an hour behind Eastern.
Gotcha. So it'd be 8 for you.
Yeah, it'd be 8 o'clock for me. It just depends on the day and if I'm busy or not.
Then you got a super chat.
Yep, I saw you. Tim Tarbox drops a sign in the chat just because. Oh, and hashtag wrenchless lives matter. I know. There's Fetus the Patty. He's one of my patrons too.
Oh, cool.
Give him a wrench. Wrench it.
Man, I know some people that get pissed off. Like you know how some YouTubers will have everybody with a wrench, and then one day they're like, "Well, there's way too many wrenches. I'm gonna take some." And then you got people who complain about it for like a month. It's like it's a blue thing on a channel. Calm down.
Yeah, it's really not that much power. Nez T says, I switched my dollars on Patreon from Craig's Creationist Cat to Magog. I may switch again and give you Armored Skeptics money too. Yes, I shall conquer the YouTubes. Thanks, man. You don't have to give me other people's money. You give to what creators you love, man. It's the way it is. Everybody needs a little something. Especially with YouTube. Like we wouldn't even need Patreon if YouTube hadn't done their thing. But that whole adpocalypse bullshit and all that crap happened, man.
Oh, yeah.
And now we rely so much on the fans. And I hate that because I much preferred it when we got money from advertisement agencies and all you had to do as a fan is sit through 30 seconds, to get us paid. Yeah. Like a lot of people skip it as soon as that button appears and then we don't get paid. But a lot of people started to catch on the fact that if you go ahead and let it play for 15, 20 seconds, your creator that you're supporting will get paid and you don't have to give any of your own money. But that fucking day went away,
Yeah,
those days.
Silly. And it was all because of what? Just the videos that like radical groups were putting up?
It wasn't even that. It was because of the damn Washington Post article. Was it Washington Post or no, it was Wall Street Journal. that did the whole article on PewDiePie being a fucking Nazi.
Right.
And that got everybody thinking about all the bad things people say on YouTube, and maybe our ads shouldn't play on those bad videos. And it's like, because like the radical stuff actually was already getting flagged. Like people are like, there are ISIS recruitment videos on YouTube and they have ads. I'm like, yeah, but those don't last long. Once they're found, YouTube takes those down.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's such a minority. There's such a minority of content on YouTube. You're lucky to even find it. You'd have to search specifically for it because there's literally 400 hours of content uploaded every minute on YouTube.
Right. Impossible for people to go through.
But they saw the article about PewDiePie and he was their biggest, 54 million subscribers. And they were like, we better, all the advertisers just backed out. They were like, fuck that. We don't want to be Nazis. And that's what that fucking whole progressive left witch hunt shit is what gets everybody scared. It doesn't matter if it's a minority of videos. It doesn't matter if it's not even true. As soon as mainstream media comes out and goes, this happened on YouTube, everybody freaks out because they don't want to be labeled Nazis. If I was an advertisement agency, I'd be like, oh, one of my videos played on PewDiePie's video and he was making fun of Hitler and you guys think that makes him a Nazi? Fine. Let's run an ad about Hitler.
Yeah.
That's what I would have fucking done. I would have been like, fuck you. You call me a Nazi all you want. I don't give a shit. I'm here to get paid.
It's not like you showed Hitler drinking a Coca-Cola or something.
Yeah. Vladimir Dragunov says, hashtag Wrenchmas. It is Wrenchmas in the chat. Tim Tarbucks. There you are, man. I was looking for you. I couldn't add you a wrench. I couldn't add a wrench to your super chat for some reason. It wouldn't let me. But I can add one to you now for some reason. Now it lets me. That's pretty clever. Some pyromancer says SJW equals WSJ. Wall Street Journal. Nice. Just rearrange those letters.
Yeah.
Yep, so many wrenches. When everybody has a wrench, then nobody has a wrench.
Yeah,
because it really doesn't matter, does it?
I've only taken away one wrench, and it was because of all that, stuff.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm like, yeah, no, everybody else should be able to say whatever they want. If they want to shill in the chat, sure. If they want to call somebody a name, I'm sure they're just, messing around. So,
yeah. Man, I really wish I ran the top advertisement agency of the fucking country back when that Wall Street Journal kicked everything off. Because after Wall Street Journal did it, so did New York Times. Everybody followed suit. And before you knew it, everything was like, oh my God, there's stuff on YouTube that's bad. We need to just kill all of our ads because we don't want to be. And it's like, nobody that I know who actually uses the internet thinks that an ad that plays before a video is supporting that video.
No, you shouldn't.
I don't know a single fucking person who gets done watching a Ford advertisement and then suddenly the video starts playing and it's some neo-Nazis doing this on a fucking video and shit. I've never heard anybody go, oh my God, look at this video of these horrible Nazis. Ford must be like the SS.
Right.
Who says that? Nobody thought any of that was connected. You know what most people think when they see an ad on a video? Fucking ads.
Right, exactly. Another one. Jeez.
I remember when they first introduced that to YouTube. I remember being on YouTube watching music videos and it was great. And then one day I was talking to a friend. I was like, oh, you got to check out this new Disturbed video because Disturbed was my band at some time in my life. They still are. I love that band. But I was like, check out the new Disturbed video. And I played it and it was like, you can skip this in 5, 4. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, what the fuck is going on?
And then you got those other, you got people for a while, they were doing 10-minute videos so that they could have 7 ads.
I was like, dude, seriously, some of the worst for that is the modding community.
Yeah. And for a while, GTA
I love
players.
modern. Yeah, I love fucking Gopher and fucking Average Baiters and stuff. But some of their mod weeklies, for whatever video game, Fallout, Skyrim, SE, whatever I'm watching. I'll push play and it'll be an ad, and I'll skip it, and then I'll see the little yellow segments,
Yeah.
and there's like 8 of them
Yep.
in a 20-minute video, and you're like, shit.
Well, like I had brought up the GTA, GTA YouTubers for a while. Like, well, I don't want to really name anybody, but they would put 5 to 7 ads in a 10-minute video. It's like I'm getting more ads than I am actual video. What the hell?
Yep. Chain Reaction says, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Hurls wrench at crotch. Yeah, well, fucking dodge this wrench, bitch. Boom, moderator. Yep. No, man, that's like some of the worst is the modding community, because they lost a lot of money because a lot of them curse or they feature like slutty mods. Like Skyrim was the worst. Like MXR would be like, here's the top slutty mods for Skyrim, slutty armor and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching a couple of his, and he was like, my other channel with only 100,000 subscribers makes more money for me. So I'm going to stop doing as many videos on the main channel. And his main channel had like 1.4 million subs.
Wow.
But YouTube completely shut down any way to make money off of it, because he was doing like slutty jokes and stuff like that,
That's, yeah.
Sloot. Yeah. Yeah. Casey Beardman said it right. I think MXR was the one who kind of started that. He was like, slootiness.
I have a section in my Discord called Trippy Sleuts.
Yep. Nice. Trippy sloots. I like it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Ace of Skulls made that, or Pickle, one of them two.
Man, I really wish I was running the top ad agency in the world, because all the other ad agencies would have followed suit if just one of the more powerful ones that represent like Ford and fucking Coke and Pepsi and shit, just like their CEO stepped out and be like, we've been accused of having our ads play on terrible things on YouTube, and supporting that content because our ads play on it. And I have an announcement on behalf of the company. You're all fucking idiots.
Yeah.
You're all fucking idiots. We are here to make money off of showing products.
Exactly.
Okay? We don't support any content, good or bad. We just want to make money.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like them themselves are the ones who are like, oh, if our show's on that, it definitely means that we support it. It's almost like they're trying to
I
say
would
something.
own that. Yeah, it's like they're trying to say we support it by taking their ads away.
Exactly.
They're saying they accidentally supported some terrible shit. It's like, no, I would have never owned that. I would have come out and been like, I don't support dick. I run fucking advertisements. Like, I don't even like the Super Bowl, but I run ads on the Super Bowl, goddammit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even like football. I'm a baseball man. Like, I would have been lying because I love football, but I would have said it just to shut them up. But nobody did that. They all fucking played into the progressive ideology. They were like, ooh, we don't want to be Nazis. Shut it all down. Shut it all down. But we're going to lose millions of dollars. I don't care. Shut it all down. When the fuck did an advertisement guru go, I don't care about money?
I know. Doesn't seem like that should have ever happened.
Did this guy never watch Wolf of Wall Street? Like,
nope.
like they should have just brought out their most like coke-fueled executive. Like, just pick the guy they know is just into some hardcore shit and just let him talk for the company. They should have.
Yeah.
It would have pissed everybody off, but it would have been a lot like the whole Trump election. Everybody would have been like, I can't believe he said that. And everybody in middle America would have been like, we like your ads. I'm buying Coke. Like,
Yeah.
I'm buying Pepsi from now on, motherfucker. Like, I like that guy, And here's the thing, and it's already been proven. You win over middle America, you win. For some reason, the progressive left forgot that, because they're all like pseudo-intellectuals, like, I went to college. Like, this is the thing I never understood about the left. Like, I don't fully disagree with the left. Like, I am center-leaning, so there are some things I do agree with proper liberals on, not the radicals. But here's what I don't understand from these college-educated fucking people. They are picking a fight with 14 million gun owners who grow their food.
Right.
I don't get it.
It's so stupid.
They come out and they're like, these people in Middle America and the South, they're just ignorant country bumpkins, the basket of deplorables. They just don't get it because they're not college educated. They're fucking ignorant, white, racist men.
Yeah.
And the farmers are out there in Middle East watching this, or Middle America, Middle East. Middle America, they're watching this on the television going, almost
The fuck?
your fucking burger meat.
Right.
You're pissing me off, lady, and I grow your food. Like 5% of American population grows food for the other 95%.
Yep.
Because of technological advancements. We no longer have to have like our own fucking gardens and shit to survive. Like that was the Industrial Revolution. Like we went from like everybody had to grow their own food and share with each other in their communities and shit. Like I grow corn, you grow soy, let's trade. Like we had to do that at one time in our lives. Now we don't. We get to go to a restaurant or a grocery store and buy the shit. And these people that grow our food, you're pissing them off by calling them ignorant and stupid and racist. You're fucking morons. The left are fucking stupid because of that. Like I don't care how non-radical you are. I hate that fucking argument. They're just uneducated Americans. You're fucking picking the wrong fight.
Right?
Yeah, if there ever is a civil war in America again between the conservatives and the left, I know who's going to win.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be the guy with the guns.
And yeah, the guys with the guns that are pissed off that you called them bigots and racists.
Mm-hmm.
And simple country bumpkins in the basket of deplorables. That was my favorite. Hillary Clinton thinks she should have won that election. And she did, like, she is so there's a complete lack of self-awareness where she's like, why didn't I win? And I just, like, every time she was like, why didn't I win? I just wanted to play that whole basket of deplorables comment where she called half the country a fucking deplorable human being. Like, and you wonder why you didn't fucking win.
You can't sit there and be like, oh, all of you are underneath me, and that's why I should be president.
Yeah, right? Like this whole, like, holier than thou attitude, like the left has suddenly become the bastions of what is all right and that everybody else is wrong, is killing their party and it's killing their politics because they are alienating people. They're even alienating people that are on the left but are trying to be a little more reasonable. And that is where they are going to lose hardcore. I don't know if there's going to be blood spilt, but if it happens, it's going to be bad. Like if an actual civil war happens, I know who's winning. Because I know some of these country bumpkins that are not college educated, they got 85 guns. They can't even hold 85 guns. But they got them.
Yeah.
And they'll hand them out to their friends. I know a guy, and I'm not going to say his name or anything like that, because one, I'm not a doxer, and two, I don't need to, alcohol, firearms guys showing up. But he's got a truck mounted 50 cal in his basement.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just up on a giant tripod, just waiting to be mounted to a Jeep Wrangler.
Right. Dude, I had a guy on Xbox threaten me with a gun like that. He was like, "I'll meet you here, and I'll open my trunk." I was like, "Well, that's gonna do you a lot of good when I'm not even gonna be in the parking lot."
Yeah,
because it was like a fair. I was like, well, "I'll meet you in the fair. I'll have a hammer. We'll see who wins."
Really?
Yeah. Later on that day, he apologized.
I learned from history, the Revolutionary War against the English, no offense, English friend. The Revolutionary War taught me one thing. Fighting fair is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the Americans were like meeting the British in open combat, we were getting slaughtered. When we all marched and obeyed the rules of combat and war, and we all lined up and shot at each other with muskets, and everybody was like, why are we losing? Well, they're better at that shit. So what did we start to do? We started attacking their supply lines, ambushing them from the woods. We started learning
guys
from
in trees.
Yeah, we started learning from the Indians and shit, right? And like we started hiding up in trees and just picking off officers, And then the British would come out and be like, "Why are you always killing our officers? We don't want our soldiers just running around chaotically. There has to be order on the battlefield." And then a musket ball hits them in the face, and the next officer goes, "No, it's fine. It's fine. We're okay with this."
Exactly. It's like this is our terrain too. We know better about it. You guys go ahead and stand in your line. We got this.
Oh, and the left wants to go against people that think like me. You know, I'm not the only one who thinks like this. I'm not the only one who's like, oh, you want to fight fair? No. Like the left are like, come meet us in the street. We'll put on our black masks. We'll have chains and baseball bats. And I'm back here just like sipping whiskey going, I got a gun.
Yeah, fuck your chain.
It's like that fucking scene off of the Cherokee Kid. You guys ever watch that movie? That was a great movie with Sinbad and Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds was a mountain man, Otter Bob. There was a whole scene where he was drunk and he was like, I killed a bear with my bare hands. I jumped on him and I was choking him. Then I took my knife and his eyes went poof, and I went pop pop, and I slit his throat. And he goes, and that's how you know you're a mountain man, when you kill a bear with your bare hands. And Cherokee Kid's all drunk and shit. He goes, I'm gonna go get me a bear. He's walking out the woods, and Burt Reynolds is sitting there, and he's like, and so what you gotta do? And then he looks up and he sees him walk away. He goes, Isaiah, wait, son, I was joking. I didn't just use my hands. I had a gun. That fucking movie is hilarious, man. But yeah, that's the way it is. Like it's so funny to see the left go, ban all the guns, and then they go, we should fight conservatives in the streets.
You're saying that backwards.
Wait, you should be like, give us some guns so we can fight the conservatives in the streets.
Figure it out first, and then go for your little gay war. And it's not like any of them know how to use a damn gun.
Oh no!
You're gonna get a lot of reports of, oh, I forgot to have the safety on. I shot my leg.
Now some of them do. Now don't get me wrong. The bulk of the black community vote Democrat, and they're pretty left leaning, and it's been that way since the '60s. You know, the bulk. Now that's starting to change. We're starting to get some real predominant black voices switching conservative, and it's pissing a lot of people off. They get called like coons and fucking Uncle Toms and shit, right? But those guys, though, some of them gangster motherfuckers that vote Democrat, they know how to use a gun. We would have a fight with some inner city folk. But your general, like, LGBTQIAIAA two-spirit people think that they can fight middle America in, like, an actual war. They could...
Yeah.
They look like they can. The only thing going for them is they look like they can stop a bullet like a sandbag.
Yeah.
So they could be like the human shield for the ones that know how to fight. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like they don't get it, man. They don't fucking get it. There's motherfuckers in the South that it's illegal, but I know that like I said, I'm not saying any names, not giving anybody up. I'm not a rat, but man, I've been over to people. They got a trailer. Like a single wide trailer, got 2 bedrooms in it and a shitty bathroom. Looks like a piece of shit. But they got like a trap door in the floor and it opens up into a basement bigger than their fucking house. And in that basement is nothing but guns.
The armory.
Like they live in a shitty trailer with like a fucking lazy boy in front of an old tube television. They ain't even got internet. But they open that up and they're like, come on down to my bunker. I'm like, okay, this is creepy. But I'll crawl down in there. I'm like, whoa. Well, I'm glad I'm friends with you in case Fallout actually happens.
My grandpa was a gun collector. Like,
you remember Bert from Tremors?
Mm-hmm.
Remember him?
I
have friends like that are like, hey, man, check that out, man. I got that from my buddy down there. Billy Bob gave me that, man, because he wanted some whiskey money, and I told him I'd give him a good deal on that. I'm like, that's an RPG. Yeah, man, ain't it cool? That's an RPG. Yeah, man, that'd be pretty good on 4th of July, man. Make a big boom.
All right, dude. He's like, I could shoot a flea off the ass of a deer with this motherfucker.
And you're like, left wants to pick a fight with him.
Yeah. Looks like Beardy's back. He says he's returned with a pile of burgers. Fuck yeah.
Right? Hell yeah.
Wish I could.
No, man, I can't believe that shit. I have friends of mine who guns you won't believe. I got a friend of mine who fucking, because in Arkansas we have a law here. If you build it yourself, it doesn't have to be registered, no serial number, nothing, and you're allowed to have it by law. So who knows how many guns are actually in America because you're counting non-registered weapons and illegal weapons that have come over the border. You know, that mostly criminals get a hold of. But imagine being in Arkansas where a motherfucker can have some machinery equipment and they know how to do it. And they build their own fucking guns. Imagine that.
Yeah, now, just milling your shit in your basement. Yeah. And you're fine.
Yeah, and just imagine we're not the only state who does that. And the left likes to come out and be like, non-college educated retards voting for Donald Trump, you fucking retards, fucking racist, bigoted retards. And I know rednecks are in fucking woods right now going, yeah, keep talking. Listen, they may not be college educated, but everybody is smart in their own way. I know people who may not know a lot about arithmetic or math or politics, but they know how to rebuild a carburetor blindfold. They know how to run that farming equipment like a fucking pro. Like they know how to grow food. Like that takes intelligence. They know how to cycle the soil so the right amount of, you know, nitrogen gets back into the soil or whatever, you know? And it's like, they know what to fucking do. They know how to grow our food. They know how to fucking take care of their families, and they know how to shoot, and they don't take shit. Like the only thing that stops them from going on like a mass fucking killing spree in California against some of these people that are just constantly spewing hatred for middle America and the South is the fact that a lot of them are Christian, and they're like, that ain't the way to do it. God said not to kill stupid commie liberals, so I guess I won't do it. Yeah, like it baffles my fucking mind though when I see like an Antifa riot and they're all like, have you ever seen that one? I was watching a video of like an Antifa protest. And there was all these kids, you know, these edgy teenagers with like colored hair, but they had like black masks on. And they got backpacks, and they're like, I brought a water bottle and a brick. I'm so hardcore, you know?
Yeah.
And they're all gathered around. They're marching in the street, and they're arguing with the MAGA hat people, and they're pushing each other and everything. But in the background, there's like a line of bikers, and nobody's touching them. Nobody's getting close to them.
Right? Not fucking with the bikers.
There's a reason.
You don't.
That guy's beard could kick your ass.
And the bikers are like, let a motherfucker come over here and tell me I'm not allowed to vote how I want. Let a motherfucker do. Like, I saw an article. BuzzFeed ended up taking it down. It was a BuzzFeed article or a HuffPo, one of the two, but they ended up taking it down. I should have archived it, but it was all like, we need to protest the misogynist, racist Sturgis biker rally.
I'm not Sturgis. You don't want to mess around with them.
You want to go protest in Sturgis during the biggest biker rally in the country? You want to die, don't you? Like, these aren't just like motorcycle clubs. Yeah, a lot of them just like ride for charity or they protect kids, you know, and take them to the court and stuff when they're like fucking daddy beats them and shit. And, you know, like, and they go and they ride for funerals, like vet funerals and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, Sturgis is a place where they all show up, get fucked up, drunk, and beat the shit out of each other. High on PCP. Yeah. Like, this ain't no weekends rider thing. These are hardcore motherfuckers. Like,
and you want to go mess with this guy or these guys?
Rainbow-colored hair and start protesting and calling them racist and misogynist. You will die.
Yeah, they'll fuck you up and then they'll ride off and you'll never, like, your family will never know who messed you up.
They'll never find a fucking body. Oh, Jesus. I used to be part of a motorcycle and classic car club called Section 8. There was a reason why the leadership of Section 8 called it Section 8.
Yeah.
Like, I was pretty low on the totem pole because I wasn't a biker. I was a classic car guy. So I had a 76 Monte Carlo and I decked it out and had the 8 balls and, you know, and everything. But I wasn't as heavy into the club as my friends were. And my friend was like a vice president. And he was like, dude, man, he'd come over and have a beer with me. He's like, dude, he's wearing his cut, you know? And he's like, man, I'm getting worried about our president. I'm like, why? And he's like, oh, you know, somebody like threatened his cousin or something. So he had a machete and was about to ride out. And I'm like, just stop right there. I don't want to be a witness.
At that point, you don't need to know anymore.
I don't want to know, plausible deniability. Don't tell me no more.
Mhm.
That motherfucker was about to go out and chop somebody up with a fucking machete for threatening his cousin. I don't even want to know what happens to guys who want to date his daughter.
Right.
I've seen a biker friend of mine who had a daughter, and the daughter had the prom, and she come home with the boyfriend, and he was all in his tux and gave her the flower thing on her wrist, and he's just standing there with his biker cut on, and decided that night of the prom he would have nice little friends over to have some beers, some biker friends. So here's all these guys wearing their leather, drinking big beards, and he comes over and he's like, "Hey sir, I'm here to pick up Maggie. I'm here to pick up my date." And he's all nervous, little teenager, and all he did was goes, "Hey there, son. I got a present for you." Pulls out a bullet and goes, and throws it at him, and it hits him in the chest and falls down, and he's like, and he goes, "It moves faster after 10.
I'll have her home at 9:30, I swear.
That kid had her home right after the prom. Like, as soon
Yeah.
as the dance was over, it was like 8:45.
But the dad's like, "You're home awfully early, huh?"
And it wasn't like BuzzFeed or HuffPo like pulled that article down because they got a lot of like flack for it, because they feed off of that. They feed off the internet trolls showing exactly how misogynistic they are. No, they got quite the opposite. They took it down because all the bikers were like, "Come on. Yeah, come on down. Come on. We got some cold beer. Come on down." You know what they were really saying. I've been to Sturgis once, and it was at the end of the party. I was there like the last 2 days of bike week, Some of them bikers that showed up literally have swastikas on their fucking cuts. Like, not all bikers are equal. Like, some of them guys I wouldn't fuck with at all. Like, you think those pussies walking around with tiki torches in, where was it, North Carolina or whatever, were fucking real neo-Nazis? Yeah, they may have been spouting their stupid-ass Jew hatred and marching with a fucking tiki torch, but they ain't never met a real Nazi. Them motherfuckers are scary. These guys got shaved heads with swastikas tattooed on the back of them and fucking travel in numbers of like 40, 45 on bikes with metal pipes and guns and bats with fucking barbed wire wrapped around them. Those are not the type of people that you just walk up to and go, "You're a Nazi."
Yeah, those types that just don't
'Cause
care
one,
anymore.
That's not even an insult to them. They're comfortable being called Nazis. So there's not much else you can say to them.
Yeah, the guy that's like, "I got a swastika tattooed on the back of my head." Do you really think Nazi is an insult to me at this point?
But it was still a good time, though. I mean, everybody gathers in Sturgis, and it's almost like a neutral zone. No gang fights with another gang during Sturgis. So it's just a massive party, man. I mean, it was fucking fantastic. Watch videos on Sturgis. You'll get some education. You'll get some education on Middle America, motherfucker. And like I said, 90% of the bikers I've met are just good old boys who just love to ride, man. They all just share a common hobby,
Yeah,
And
so Matthew, you gonna go to Sturgis when you come to America?
yeah, Matt, go to Sturgis, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, why not?
You should go wearing a bowler hat and one of those fucking single,
Oh, monocle.
Monocle, yeah.
So go up to Sturgis and be like, "My name is Oswaldo Mulberry."
You gotta get one of those bikes with a huge front wheel.
Right? And somebody's like, "Are you a biker?" "I am indeed a cyclist." And then what you do is you pull out the back of the truck one of those like giant wheeled bikes from like the 1900s,
yeah.
like Victoria times, had the long bar with the tiny little wheel. You just get up on it, you're like, "Ma."
People will be afraid of him.
There'd be Hell's Angels there going, That motherfucker, I wouldn't fuck with him.
Right.
That's crazy. He
That
showed
guy-
up like that. That takes some fucking balls, man. Get him a beer.
Yeah,
I
fuck
like
showing
that.
up with a chain wallet and fucking, you know, a chopper.
Yeah, just don't show up. Don't show
We
up
like-
dressed like a fucking chav. You'll get your ass beat.
Yeah. There you go, and you can get your first tattoos at Sturgis.
Oh yeah, don't get drunk in Sturgis. You'll wake up with a senorita on your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like one of her nipples is your nipple. Like,
There you
yeah,
go.
you don't want that tattoo. Just imagine, like that's what freaked me out about England. Like I'm so used to black people in the South, like Arkansas, like people like Black Americans and how they talk and everything. I showed up, and because of Black culture and rap music and hip hop and club music and stuff like that, it's spread worldwide. The fashion, the culture. But I show up in England. I'm walking around London and shit, and there's a fucking black dude, and he's dressed like I'm typically used to seeing black people dress. He's got the hat on, he's got fucking, big old jersey shirt, just like the rappers. He's got some gold on his fingers and shit. And I'm like, oh, here's a real gangster motherfucker. Oh, I thought he was American. I thought he was there visiting or something. So I walk up and I'm like, what's up, man? And he's like, hello, mate. I'm like, that ain't right. That's not gangster. That's not gangster. Got like a cup of tea. Well, hello there.
You should hear Boy from Very Nearly Viral tell his story about when he was in America and that guy tried to sell him a CD. He said he was so scared. It was just a little black dude. That shit was funny. He told it on the country. I was
Right?
watching one night. Yeah.
Magog side quest was awesome. Congratulations. It was amazing. Thanks, be honest. Appreciate it, man.
But don't
Or
just
lady-
be in the chat licking
or lady.
food. I mean, come on. No.
I still like your name. I'm going to use it.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, I like that's kind of a fun conversation to have. Like the left trying to pick a fight with Middle America and the South is actually ridiculous. They don't realize that if it wasn't for our ability to just kind of take things in stride, like forget and forget, forgive and forget, that kind of thing, that kind of culture down here, they'd get their asses whooped. But one day somebody's going to cross the line. Something's going to happen. Some politician or some neo fucking Marxist school president or something is going to say something or do something, and it's going to send the entirety of Middle America and the South over the line. And we're going to not care anymore. And that's actually a day I'm afraid of, because I never want to see a day where good, kind Christian folk of Middle America and the South, as flawed as some of them can be, just go, fuck it, let's kill everything. You don't want that. You really don't. Like, we joke around a lot, but the last thing you want is like thousands of like bikers and hardcore Southerners marching on California. It would take National Guard and the Army to stop.
Yes, it would.
And that would be a
Definitely.
terrifying day. Just,
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. That whole South will rise again shit. That there's people serious about that. So the left really does need to just kind of curb it a little bit. It's okay to disagree politically and socially. We're always going to do that. But just this constant, like, you're all bigots and ignorant and, you didn't even go to college. Oh, that shit's getting old real quick. There is more to life than what you learned in college.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I'm surprised nobody exploded. Well, I mean, a few people did, but not like anything in real life when they started, the General Lee disappeared from TV. That kind of pissed me off. I'm like, that was a good show. There was nothing wrong with it. So there was a flag.
Yeah, well, the thing is, too, the reason a lot of that went overlooked is because it is such an old show. There was kind of a generational thing. Like, most of your good Southern folk down here that are working on farms or whatever don't really pay attention to the internet or old television. That's why this culture, this like nerd culture and stuff, it's spreading. Even like I know hardcore rednecks that love mudding and fishing and hunting, and I have 18 guns and I clean them every night.
Mhm.
And I'll be talking to them and they're like, but I tell you what, that Game of Thrones, that Joffrey is a prick. You know, like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's spreading, like the nerd culture. Like, but man, you know what I'd give to have a dragon? That'd take care of almost all of my problems, at least the ex-wife problem.
Man,
You know,
instantly when you said that, I just saw a dragon plowing a field.
right? You know, like, and that's the thing too, is like a lot of that kind of gets overlooked, and that's how they ease their way in. The left likes to like, let's censor this over here and see if anybody notices. Let's go after this over here and see if anybody notices. But at the end of the day, like, it's so funny that they're like, we need to get rid of the General Lee. It's a symbol of racism. Get Dukes of Hazzard off the television because it has the General Lee in it. And General Lee has a Confederate flag, and it upsets black people.
Mm-hmm.
But then they'll turn around and somebody will go, Game of Thrones is really offensive. It has a lot of rape and nudity and everything in it. And the left will go, no, that's a good show.
Right? Rape, nudity, incest. That's fine.
Yeah.
A flag in a car. Nope. No, can't do.
Can't do that. But it's fiction.
Where I don't think they hardly ever mentioned the flag.
I have friends of mine who play tabletop. They're redneck as you can be. It's so funny.
Yeah.
You know, they'll sit there and go, oh, goddamn critical failure. God damn it. Give me a beer. Goddamn orc is about to face fuck me.
I see all the time on dating sites. I see these girls from Michigan, and they're like, "I'm a Southern girl." It's like, no, you're not. You're from Michigan. Stop it.
Yeah, I'd love to do like a skit with like all these serious, like more like upper middle class, like semi-educated, like Californian nerds, like playing tabletop, and the camera just goes to one, and it's like you've crept into the dungeon. Now you're faced with a wild, dragon. And it's like, what are you going to do? And the wizard's like, I cast a protection spell. And he rolls the dice. And it keeps circling around. And then gets the last guy, and he's got like a wife beater. And like a fucking Trump hat on and a beard. And he's like, I'm going to go hit that bastard right in the fucking face with my battle axe. That's what I want to do right there.
I got this shit. Right.
Because nerd culture and that like geek culture and nerd culture and stuff is bleeding into like all other cultures of America.
Yeah.
It's like $1 billion business, man. It's like everywhere. I've seen motherfuckers walking around can be redneck as can be. And they're, that they start talking about some shit, you know who's richer than both Batman and Tony Stark? And you're like, who?
Scrooge McDuck.
That Scrooge McDuck feller.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually seen rednecks, friends of mine, argue who's richer, Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark, or Green Arrow. Because he's like the Bruce Wayne of Star City. Like he's a billionaire, playboy. Like, but I tell you what, though, I mean, Bruce Wayne's older, though, so it doesn't matter how much money he has. The younger feller is having more fun. It's so funny to hear. I want to do like a whole YouTube series of like rednecks talking geek culture. I'd love that. Like just be a redneck, have like a MAGA hat on get a helmet with the beer and the straws, and a wife beater, but the wife beater says Fus Roda on it. I'll tell you what, man, there ain't nothing better than killing the fuck out of the Empire, man, because they done come to Skyrim and tried to take that land, and it belongs to the Nords. I can really relate to these fellers, because my grandpappy fought in the Civil War, and the North tried to come down into the South and tell us what we could do and do not do. So, fuck them elves.
Jim Max in the chat was like, nope. Game theory proved it was Bulma from Dragon Ball Z. That's the richest.
Whatever. We're not starting that shit. I'm over here cracking like geek neck jokes.
Also,
I'm a goddamn nerd neck.
Jim put on my Twitter just a picture of that guy from the Wild Wild West with his powered bicycle with the big front wheel.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "There you go, Matthew.
That
Just don't
was like-
forget your goggles."
You gotta understand, like, I didn't make that name up. That was the name of Tim Roth's character in The Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
But I just borrowed it because I love Tim Roth and the way he can act and stuff. Like every show or movie he's been in, I've always loved Tim Roth. He is such a great actor. And he plays a great bad guy, but sometimes he also plays like a really great good guy. And but Hateful Eight, he was like the English hangman, you know? And so he shows up and he's like, I am Oswaldo Mulberry.
Yeah.
You know? And of course, you know, fucking Kurt Russell's all like, Oswaldo. And he goes, yes. You know?
Oswaldo.
And he has that like curly Q mustache and everything.
Yep.
It's so fucking hilarious, man. I love it. What an English name that is, too. Oswaldo Mulberry.
Pretty much.
Yeah, dude,
I know that's
just
not
watched
all
that movie.
English people. I'm not making fun of them, but you do have to admit, Mike, that shit. I have actually met some people with proper English nobleman names.
Yep. Magog just called you Mike, Matt.
Yeah, I
My
noticed
bad.
that.
Is Matt okay?
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
No, I said Mike and I meant Matt because fuck.
But that's okay. It's been covered, but
I
at least
have so many M name friends. Like
Yep,
I have
yep.
so many M and J name friends that like even my friend Mike, who I got you mixed up with in my head,
Mhm.
I have to call him the Jesus because I get him mixed up with all the other M names I know. And because he kind of looks like Jesus.
Dude, I know like 6 Mikes, and I'm a Mike. We call each other by our last names.
Yeah. I have
You
so
just
many
have to.
J and M names it ain't even funny.
Mm-hmm.
No, I really do apologize. I hate mixing people's names up, but it happens, man. Especially when you know so many people. It's the fucking internet, you know.
Oh, when you said that, I saw
Matt,
Matthew.
Mike, whatever, same thing.
He just looked up, and I'm like, oh, he's thinking everybody's gonna call me Mike now.
You should have staged your other name.
Yeah.
You know, what's weird is it's really like common names that I do get mixed up. But if you have like a really fucked up weird name that I don't hear very often, I'll remember it forever.
Yeah.
Like somebody comes up to me and they're like, I'm John. I'm going to be like, good luck having me call you that next time. You know how many Johns I know? But if somebody comes up to me and they're like, my name is Lucian, I'm going to be like, I'm going to remember that. I ain't never met a motherfucker named Lucian before. Get some of those weird names. The only times I can't remember weird names is if they're too weird, though. See, there's the other side of that coin, where you know you meet somebody and they're like, "My name is LaQuisha Johnson." I'm gonna just call you Miss Johnson. Okay, like LaQuisha. I'm sorry, I can't remember that.
Oh yeah.
That's no offense to the culture. That's just really hard to remember because some of them they're like, not LaQuisha, it's LaQuisha.
Mhm.
God damn it! I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine. I think he was at Walmart, and he said that he heard the lady in front of him address her kid, and her kid's name was Pajma. And he said he looked at the lady and he goes, "Oh, that's a different name. How do you spell it?" And he said she looks at him. And he goes, Pajama. And he said he thought to himself, "That's your name? You named your kid Pajama?"
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, that's pajama.
Mm-hmm.
That's like walking up to Michael Jackson's kid and being like, or like Michael Jackson walking up with his kid and it's like, this is Blanquet.
Yep.
Bitch, it's Blanket.
No, my mom had to stop her sister from naming her kid Brain.
Brain?
And she was like, "You wrote Brain. What did you want to name him?" And she goes, "Brian."
Yeah.
Well, you're under a lot of
Then again, nobody would ever forget that name. Hey, what's your name?
Oh, no.
Brain. Where's Pinky?
Yeah, I was gonna say you need a friend named Pinky. You need a friend named Pinky, a really tall, thin one.
Thanks, Brain. What are we gonna do tonight? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Vladimir Dragunov throws a sign in the chat, says, what about Clay? I don't know. I don't know too many Clay, so I'd probably remember that.
Nope. Sorry, Vlad, you fucked up already. People know you as Vlad.
Vlad's easy to remember, too, because it's like names from history are easy to remember no matter how fucked up they are. Like, I've never met anybody named Ivan that I didn't even just instantly go Ivan the Terrible. Like,
you don't hear many Adolfs anymore.
No, Adolf kind of died. That one's a dead name. That's a dead name right there. That ended with you. Imagine all the Adolfs that were born in that time and lived after Adolf.
Right, because there was
like they probably legally changed their name.
Always one person to ruin everything.
Right?
Nope. Call me Matthew now.
And there are probably German Jews named Adolf.
Yep.
That were like, nope, no.
I keep telling you my last name isn't Hitler, it's Hister. Stop.
I just love the idea of a German Jew in the 1930s, 1940s, like walking to the death camp going, okay, after this, Adolf Weinstein is just not going to work.
Nope.
I'm changing my name the moment I get the fuck out of there. Where are we at? Auschwitz? That sounds like a nice place.
As soon as we get out of here.
I don't know. Maybe Auschwitz is one of the 5-star ones.
Yep, hopefully. Oh my god, Magog, we went over the history of Tila Tequila on one of the coach streams, and this chick is out there telling everybody that she's the mother of the white race, and that Hitler is her bae. I'm like, oh my god.
Race Jacobson says Dolph Lundgren was born Adolf Lundgren. Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
He changed it to Dolph because of that reason.
Can't blame him.
He wasn't going to show up in Hollywood like, I would like to be in movies. I am big and strong. I can face off with Rocky. What's your name? Dolph. Like dolphin without the in.
I heard he's actually a really smart guy too.
Oh god, yeah, he's got like 2 PhDs in like chemical engineering or something. Like that dude is not the stereotypical jock. Like he's really not. But that's Germans for you. Germans were like hardcore scientists for a long time. Some of our fucking best technologies came from German scientists that came over to America. You know?
That came up last night. Operation Paperclip.
Yep.
That came up in our little stream last night. But I'm going to go ahead and take off. I got to do the dinners.
All right, Trip.
Yeah,
thanks for dropping in. I'll probably be ending it soon anyway. You know, we've probably been going for a while. But take it easy, my dude.
Yeah, you all too. Have a good night, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, see you, mate.
Vladimir Dragunov says, my great-granddad's name is Nikolov, pronounced Nikolf. Yeah, the L's are often silent, depending on which Slavic language they're in. The Jew David Cole pretty much debunked death camps in the 90s. He was so good that the ADL put a hit on him. He's on YouTube doing the Savage Hippie Vodcast. That's interesting. The only problem with that is the thousands of black and white pictures of starving Jews dying in trenches and being covered with lime before being buried. That kind of has me going, I don't know about all that. I don't know. Have you ever seen a starving skeleton man? Like that shit wasn't just like made up, you know? Like when you have photographic evidence, it's kind of hard to be like, it never happened. Yeah. We literally have like old like 8mm like fucking like windy camera, where they had to constantly like move it, in the 40s, wartime cameras. We literally have footage of like them lining Jews up and shooting them in the fucking head. Like they got stars on their chest and everything, and they're crying, and the Germans are just like boom. and then some guy comes out and is like, the Holocaust never happened. The Jews are lying. And I'm like, what, I guess they could be actors. It could be some Hollywood shit, I guess. Kind of hard to argue with that, though.
When people argue for a flat Earth, I can never understand them. It's like also conspiracy theory. Okay, why would they hide us? Why would they lie to us about it?
I'm a little biased on the subject though, because I have family members that have a certain tattoo on their arm of numbers.
Oh, okay.
And I don't come from Jews necessarily, but that same thing did happen to some POWs. They were sent to death camps because they hurt German people and did not, make Germans happy. So they sent them where they sent the Jews. And to hear like my grandfather's uncles and shit talk, like my grandfather's brothers, my grand uncles, talk about that shit, kind of has me like, do I trust my family member or some guy on the internet saying it never happened? And a little biased. I know that. Maybe not all of it is true. Maybe they did hype up some of it, maybe to kind of sell the fucking hatred for Germans at the time. Like maybe some of it was propaganda, but I'm not going to sit there and say it never happened. Sorry, I just can't. Not when you've personally met somebody who's fucking like 80 years old in a wheelchair going, these kids these days always bitching and moaning. I tell you what, they're bitching and moaning about their coffees from Starbucks. They don't know what it was like to not go without coffee in Auschwitz. Like we didn't have coffee, we didn't have food. You know what we had? Dirt. Race Jacobson says he's debunked some camps but confirmed others. Oh, that's fine. Like if it's actual historical, like fixing some of the historical records. Like I said, I'm not judging. I'm just saying I don't much like the people who say none of it ever happened at all. I don't much like them. I don't like that. Yeah. That's kind of like it's kind of like what you said, the flat earthers and shit. It's just kind of, you're like looking at them going, this is the hill you chose to die on. Like this one, this is what you chose.
It's like when they bring out the globe, it's like, if you start here, if you go over here, you're not upside down. It's like, no, it's gravity.
Yeah.
I don't have no PhDs, but I can tell you that's fucking gravity, mate.
Yeah, like it's hard. You can't even go, because then they'll be like, there's no such thing as gravity. Like they're arguing from a perspective that they're right and all the scientific facts that you've learned are wrong. So it's hard to argue with their argument with scientific facts because they already believe the scientific facts are wrong. So it's kind of hard to win the argument. The best way to win an argument against a flat earther is to send that motherfucker into space. Yeah. Send them into space and then have them look out the back window. Yeah.
And they'll still find a way to say it's a fake.
Yep. Some of them I have no doubt, but I know some of them that are at least reasonable, because they're arguing the Earth is flat from a perspective of its stupidity, but at least it's from a perspective of seeing it with their own eyes. So they're like, I was up in a plane and that fucking horizon was flat. And it's like, what if I took you further up?
They just don't understand is like perspective. It's like, so if you get a ball, you can see the curve. But on the planet, it's a lot fucking bigger. You don't see the curve.
Yeah, a lot of the flat earthers don't realize exactly how small we are compared to the Earth. Like, we may be a very small planet compared to other planets in the solar system and even the universe wide, but we still live on a pretty giant fucking plane of existence. Like, perspective is a very, like, you can be on the top of the highest mountain in the world and still see kind of a flat horizon, because there is also something called atmospheric distortion, But you go up high enough, like I still can't believe like people watching the video of the SpaceX launch.
Yeah.
from like Elon Musk, where he put a fucking car in space.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you watch that video, and the little fake dummy driver sitting there, and it says "Don't panic." A nice little throw over to hitchhikers,
Yeah.
and then it like it turns, and you see the Earth, and it's like this, and then it turns again, and a continent has changed because it's rotating. Sergeant Buck said, "Don't say concentration camps, just say extreme fat camps." Oh, that's bad.
That's bad.
Vladimir Dragunov, ant on a wrecking ball, small. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
smaller than that.
Yeah.
More like an ant on the what's that called? The fucking giant golf ball looking thing at Disney World. What's that called? The Epcot Center.
Yeah, that's it.
That's more like it. It's more like an ant on the Epcot Center. That's more realistic to how big we are compared to the world.
Yeah.
You think an ant is crawling up the Epcot Center and looks up and goes, "Huh, this is a really round motherfucker." No. Oh man, yeah, the flat earthers, I already did a video on them. That motherfucker thought like Nephilim were real. There used to be giants, and like plateaus are actually giant trees that the giants cut down.
I've watched that video a couple of times. It still hurts my brain just trying to listen to him.
Oh, it's cringy, man. It hurts. Fucking hurts, man. You're sitting there going, Jesus Christ, this guy actually believes this shit.
I think that's the worst thing. Is that the fact that they truly believe like the Earth's flat and Nephilim and the fucking giant trees. It's like, you do understand like how ridiculous it sounds,
right?
Just
well, his evidence was the movie Avatar. The blue people lived in a giant tree, so obviously,
yeah.
James Cameron is a prophet.
Yeah. Happened in the movie. Has to be real.
Yep. Vladimir Dragunov says, "Draft the flat earthers into the Space Force." Yeah, there we go.
No, do it.
Yeah, like some of those videos, and what scares me about that flat earther I did the video on with Suit Yourself, it was a joint video. What scares me about that is the original video had like 300,000 fucking subscribers. Like that guy has like a massive amount of followers. Like I'm over here with like 26,000, like, and really happy with that. Like I'm feeling really good about myself, that I made something successful. But I'm over here like, hell yeah, 26,000, man. I'm fucking growing. My fans love me. I fucking love what I do. I can do it full time now. I'm getting just enough money to live and skate by without having to go to a job, at least for now. Maybe in 3 months I'll have to. It depends on how things go with Patreon. But I'm like, I'm doing really great, and this is amazing, and I'm loving it. Then I'll go over to that guy's channel, and I'm like, really? Fucking 300,000. This guy's talking about giants cutting giant trees down and leaving behind their fucking plateaus. Like, okay. Some things are, in my opinion, and it is a personal opinion because everybody likes what they like, entertainment-wise. But in my personal opinion, there are some channels on YouTube that do not deserve what they got, but they have it. So, like, I've seen makeup tutorial channels that are like million subscribers, and you're like, really? Like for makeup? Like, doesn't makeup come with instructions? Like, like, do not poke yourself in the eye with this. Okay, fair enough. Oh man. Yeah, 2.1K on this channel now, getting there. Yeah, it ain't doing too bad for the live stream channel. It's not too bad, But anyway, I guess, it's about 3 or 4 minutes till 5 p.m. here, so I'm going to probably end it at exactly 5. So we got a few minutes. If there's any last words you want to say, Matt?
No, just thank you for having me on the stream.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
Amazing.
I hope getting to talk to me and hanging out and shit is a good enough substitute for not having your autograph picture in yet. I will get that to you though.
Yeah. I'm quite patient, so.
I really am sorry about that. I can't believe it got sent out and lost, man. I'm gonna call Scribe. before I leave for VidCon and see if he'll send you out one this week. If not, I'll handle it myself personally when I get back from VidCon.
Oh, cool. Cheers.
Yep. Let's read a little bit more in the chat, and then I'm gonna end it. So we've got a couple minutes, 4 minutes. Your content is too educated. You should say something stupid like you will get more subs. Yeah. I guess if I just turned completely retarded, I'd get a lot more subs. But how many of them are dedicated audience? See, that's the thing. I may only have 26,000 subs, but out of them, a lot of them watch my content every time I put it out. So it's really telling that I've cultivated an audience that likes what I do and not just gained a bunch of subs that end up not watching me, you know?
Yeah, as soon as I see a video uploaded from you, as soon as I get the time, I try watch it.
Awesome. Appreciate that. You know, I try to be entertaining, you know. I know it's a strange gimmick and some people had to get used to it, but eventually people kind of started to get it. That Magog's kind of this character that's like, he's evil, but is he really? Because there's a lot worse out there than him. Is the kind of feeling I was going for. It's like, would people actually like to have Magog conquer them? Because life might actually be better under him, given the state of things, you know?
Yeah, well, political shit going on. Maybe Magog is what we need.
I get those messages all the time where they're just like, this world is so stupid, please conquer us. And I'm like, are they joking? Or do they really want me to conquer them? You know? I try to catch your streams when I can, says all 1990. I appreciate it. I came here from Bearing's channel, and I haven't missed an episode since. Thanks, Dragon. Appreciate it.
You got Brad Young saying Matt seems like a good kid. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You do. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulder. You're fun to talk to. Get a little bit better audio, and we'll have you on again. You know, get yourself a good mic. You know. Yeah. Yourself a better mic so you can stream with us now and again. Maybe you should join the community, man. Hop on streams now and again. Fucking talk and shit. You know?
Love to. Obviously, it's just about timing, and obviously,
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, and try to get just like maybe just a gamer headset might even be better audio than just that. You know,
I might have something laying around.
Yeah, you get that figured out, man, so that people can hear you a little better. Because I have you cranked on my end, but you're still a little low, even in my headphones. So, yeah, so you can get that fixed, man. Love to have you on again. And, you know, always nice to meet somebody who's living in another country, can bring a different perspective, you know, and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Rain Deku says, I came from Undoomed. Me and Undoomed have become pretty good friends. We stream every now and again for like 5-6 hours straight.
I remember that video you two did together about the law.
Oh, the Cringe and Ire? Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
The kind of parody of Game of Thrones with the VidCon situation last year. Yeah,
that was funny.
Oh yeah, we had fun with that. People have been wanting new ones, but the problem is, the guy who did the artwork for it is the Free Press of. He used to be the Free Press Kekistan. Now he's the Free Press of Gulf City, and he was the one who did all those videos for like those parody songs by Frog Rock. You know. Like the Sound of Social Justice, which was a cover of Sound of Silence, you know? And that actually went viral. It's got millions of views. Like Gavin McInnes was actually singing along to it on an episode, you know? Like he pulled it up on one of his episodes and shit. And so, but the problem is now he's working with Gulf City. He kind of got tired of the Kekistan meme, you know? And he's working with Gulf City and doing a bunch of stuff over there. And I think he's also designing a game. So me and him are friends. He lives in England. And we talk all the time on Skype when we can, but he just doesn't have the time to do the animation to continue Cringe and Ire. It was always supposed to be just a joke anyway. We never expected people to be like, where's the next one? This isn't really Game of Thrones. You guys know that, right? Like, this shit is hard to write, you know? Like, but it takes forever to do that artwork and stuff, and he just doesn't have time. He's working with other projects now. You know, just enjoy the ones we gave you and be happy. Maybe we'll make another one and surprise everybody in the future. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But right now, there's nothing in the pipeline. This unit loves both channels. Thanks, Rain Deku. I'd love to join the stream community sometime if I can get one of my channels up a little more. Yeah, keep working on it, man. I'd love to have you on the show. Maybe you can hop on one of the Patreon streams or something and introduce yourself. Guys, just pay attention to my Patreon. I like to Sometimes I'll do them randomly, and then sometimes I plan on scheduling them, but nothing is happening until after VidCon. Like, I have not, this past week, like, the reason you haven't gotten a Magog episode in 2 weeks is because the past week I've been prepping for SideQuest. It was a lot of work. I literally spent 30 hours at a time in front of my computer building overlays, building the intro, doing special effects and graphics and stuff, After Effects, Photoshop, everything you can fucking think of for hours. I was only getting like 3-4 hours of sleep a night. And now that SideQuest is launched, I've got VidCon. Like, I'm literally leaving day after tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm getting ready for VidCon, packing my bags and all kinds of stuff. So I'll get back to a normal film schedule after VidCon. You guys will get a Magog episode, a Poe. We'll get right back on track. I just needed this little break around my birthday to do SideQuest and VidCon. And I know only the people watching this will know that, but at least some people will know that and understand. Plus, I've taken some long breaks before, and it didn't lose me any. Like, as soon as I came back, everybody was like, yes! So I'm fairly confident that people are okay with me taking a couple weeks off to get some shit done. So anyway, on that note, it's after 5. I want to thank Beardbarian for coming on, and Trippy for dropping by, and Matthew, one of my patrons and new English buddy. Everybody, thanks for watching. I just wanted to kind of BS with you a little bit and do a little, post SideQuest thing and see what you guys thought of the show and everything. Love to get fan feedback. We'll see you next time.